You're listening to the Rebel podcast with Rory Carson. Tá sé bhgéisteach leis an fód cruúlaí Rebel le Rory McCarson.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light. It split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never shared. No one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fool said I, you do not know.
Yes, folks, there we go. What's the crack? And welcome along to another Rebel Sundays on the Rebel podcast. Exclusively only live today on YouTube, which a few will be glad to hear. But obviously a few of you who regularly listen on Facebook won't be as glad to hear. But unfortunately, during the week there, literally just as I thought, my Facebook page was completely gone forever. And all the 20,000 followers and all everything else we got with busy during the week. Zuckerberg got it busy. Just got an email or a notification saying, "Listen, look, more or less all charges have been dropped." And I said, "Oh, brilliant, happy days!" And I got the page back. I really thought I'd lost it forever. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, but 3 days later there, I basically just get a notification saying, right, you're now on a 29-day live ban. So you can't go live on Facebook for 29 days. You can't advertise on Facebook for 29 days. You can't post in groups or reply to messages in any groups for 29 days. All because I breached the Facebook community standards. And apparently what it was because a few weeks ago, obviously, it was the anniversary of Martin Doherty, and we did do a thing on the show about it. But I posted on my personal Facebook page and the Rebel podcast Facebook page just a wee dedication to Daco and what he'd done and stuff, on his anniversary. And so apparently that there went against community standards. Don't know if somebody probably did complain about it. You wouldn't know. Could have came buddy from, I don't know, buddy Scotland. Could have came from the Shankill Road. Could have came from buddy some over in Craigie Hill Bonfire in Larne. Could have been from buddy somewhere in Cork, for all I know. Which stranger things have happened. Do you know what I mean? But listen, we're on a ban, so unfortunately we're only live on YouTube. So if you could please copy and paste the link from YouTube if you can. It's easy enough to do. Just hit share and it'll give you the wee option with the copy of the link, and just go on down to your social medias on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Because obviously I still can't go on live on Twitter either. The problem there is still whatever. So we're live here on YouTube. So I think it's showing up. There's about 41 watching now, but I know there's about 180 actually watching, because I think it only shows up you're watching live if you are actually a follower of the page. So anybody that's just watching that isn't doesn't follow the page on YouTube doesn't sort of technically show up as watching, but I have the studio up here on my phone so I can see who actually watching. So there's a big crowd watching on YouTube at the minute, folks. So welcome along and say thanks for tuning in. So the football season is over, and obviously you see me starting off there with just that wee sort of monologue about Big Ange. And in no way was that sort of a dig at the man at all. So it wasn't, definitely not. For me, I've seen so much shit this last week spouted from like sort of Celtic fans. And obviously the last show we were on, when we had Tony Whitelaw, Tony Coleman and Keith Corcoran on, and obviously one of the big talking points was all about Ange. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? And a lot of them all thought no, he's not going nowhere. Sure, all this here tour, Japan and South Korea and all's organised. He's here for an hour a year, and I'm in the Champions League. And what do we know? The next day it's been announced that he's away to Spurs. But listen, my take on this is, right, listen, I think exactly the same situation, maybe similar to Brendan Rodgers when he left, but listen, the man came here, he was on a 12-month rolling contract each year, so he was never on a mad long contract, right? A lot of people said, Sally should have tied him down for 5 years or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, contracts don't mean shit. I mean, all contracts mean is whoever the band club is, or whoever that player manager's going to go to, means they're going to end up paying a lot more money as a compensation. That's what it means. It doesn't mean the club can say, you're here and you're not going nowhere. If someone doesn't want to be there and they don't want to stay there, there's not a lot the club can do, you know what I mean? So my take on it is, listen, look, the man came here for 2 seasons, won 5 trophies in 2 seasons. He's guaranteed his Champions League football again this year in the group stages. He's left the club with some fantastic players, left the position off the park phenomenally, sort of money-wise anyway. So all I can say is thank you to Ange. And see all these people are going, he's a rat and this here now, he left this and all this here, beating the chest stuff. What was that all about? And he knew like weeks and weeks and weeks ago that he was going to be going to Spurs, and he didn't come out and say anything. Like, what do people expect him to do? Did they want him to say, literally, the week before the Scottish Cup final, that we're in the course of doing a treble, when busy, right lads, just before we do this here, and I want you all just forget about the treble, I'm going to be going to Spurs after it, okay? It's been my last game, so busy, fuck yous all, but it's been great while I've been here. No, he's been the utmost professional the whole time he has been here at that club, so he has. And all I can say is, listen, look, he wants to go and better himself, he wants to have a crack in the English Premier League, who wouldn't? Do you know what I mean? And fair play to him. And to see all this here, he should have come out and said this, he should have come out and said that there. How can he? I mean, what it would just basically derail the whole thing of basically the whole build-up to the Scottish Cup final last week, and the sort of, that's what everybody's mind should have been on, not whether Ange was staying for another year or not. And to me, he carried out that job impeccably. And everybody's saying, he shouldn't have been there the day of the trophy presentation of the Premiership. He was quoting Tommy Burns and stuff. But at the end of the day, what he quoted about Tommy Burns was basically, you're here and you've always been there, you'll always be here. That's basically telling the fans you're the best fans in the world. Nothing to do with him licking up to them or telling lies. I don't think Ange lied to anybody. So all I'm going to say is fair play to him and good luck at Spurs. And I'd say if he takes John Candy and Gavin Strachan with him, good luck to the lads as well, especially John Candy, because John Candy has been a burning servant to the club. And if he wants to go and obviously further his career on in this Premier League, nobody should be stopping him or giving him grief for it. And as Tony Whitelaw said 2 weeks ago, for me, the only man that should be coming into their place, Ange now, is Brendan Rodgers. And a lot of these are all going, he's a scumbag, he's a rat, blah, 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 blah. He was here for 3 seasons and won 7 trophies in basically the 3 seasons he was here. And I still firmly believe he's the best man to come in. I don't know if he officially come out and says he's not interested in the job, but until I hear it there from his eyes or his ears or his mouth, I still think there's a chance that Brendan Rodgers is going to be coming back, and if he does, I'd be over the moon. So listen, we're going to jump in with the songs, which if you're all here for the day, folks, 3 hours of Rebel music. So thanks very much for tuning in. So the first song we're going to do is it's a pretty poignant day today in South Armagh, folks, because obviously it's the South Armagh Commemoration, and there's a lot made by Motormouth Nolan and all these other arseholes during the week about John Finucane going to actually speak at this commemoration today. Listen, this commemoration has been happening for many, many, many years now, and each year representatives from Sinn Féin or whatever have been going and being the keynote speaker at this commemoration, and only now, because what has happened at the minute and stuff, and politically, there's outrage because John Finucane's going to speak at it. Listen, people have said many times, we have a right to remember our dead and to commemorate our dead. And that's what John Finucane was going to do today. So he is a victim himself. So he sat and watched as basically his dad was murdered in cold blood in front of him and his family by loyalists. So if anybody knows what it is to be a victim, it's him. So for anybody to come out and say that he has no right to be here and this and that, they're just talking through their arse, and it's basically just deflection politics as normal from the likes of the DUP and Stephen Nolan. So the song we're going to do today, it's from one of the Irish Brigade's albums recorded in Dublin a few years ago. It's Two Bretons, probably one of my most favourite songs that Jerry Glacken has ever written. So this obviously probably the two most famous volunteers coming out of South Armagh is the Two Bretons. So this is the first official song of the day, folks, on Rebel Sunday. So myself, Big Row, and this is the Two Bretons. Here we go.
Slow her down again this time. This time it's a song I wrote for two volunteers from South Armagh, for Brendan Moley and for Brendan Burns. Song's simply known as The Two Brendans. I'll tell a tale of gallant men who in the hills round Crossmaglen became a living legend in their day. Their daring deeds in freedom's fight shone like a beacon in the night, for Harvey and McVeary showed the way. Well, a song can't bring them back again, or heal the wound, or soothe the pain. A song can only keep alive the name of gallant women and of men, their lives consumed in freedom's flame. And we owe that much to Moley and to Burns. Well, a pall of smoke rose o'er the land as cruel fate had played its hand. The two Brendans would have chose no other way. Well, they died the way they had won to go in action against the British foe. They lived and died to serve the IRA. Well, a song can't bring them back again, or heal the wound, or soothe the pain. A song can only keep alive the name of gallant women and of men, their lives consumed in freedom's flame. And we owe that much to Moley and to Burns. In Crossmaglen and Drummondtee we keep alive their memory. In Silver Bridge we speak their names with pride. And from Dorsey down to Katy Town, through generations we'll pass on their exploits and that cause for which they died. Well, a song can't bring them back again, or heal the wound, or soothe the pain. A song can only keep alive the name of gallant women and of men, their lives consumed in freedom's flame. And we owe that much to Moley and to Burns. We're a special kind of people here. We breed defiance, never fear, and we'll still be here when the tide against England turns. Oh, for in our hearts we know we're right, and we never will give up the fight. We owe that much to mouldy and to burn. Let's see it, sing it now. A song can bring them back again, or heal the wound, or soothe the pain. A song can only keep alive the name of gallant women and of men, their lives consumed in freedom's flame. And we owe that much to Molly and to Burns. We salute you, Brendan Molly and Brendan Burns.
There you go, folks. That's the sound of the Irish Brigade with the Ballad of the Two Brentons, recorded live in Dublin there, folks, many years ago, but still a cracking album, of course, of Brendan Moley and Brendan Burns from South Armagh in Crossmaglen, folks. And to say, just because the commemoration is taking place in South Armagh today, for basically the South Armagh volunteers, that's why I'm playing that there. Due to all the nonsense that's been spoke this week, and I just seen in the comments here, as Marty said, fair play to Chris Donnelly for speaking out about this here, and he's been berated, know what I mean? But listen, obviously he's come on and said, listen, absolutely, he should be coming out this week and doing this, and he shouldn't be ashamed for doing it. Right, so loads of comments that have come through here so far, folks. Just as you seen there, when I was putting on that song, I put in the flyer for the big fans gathering. Cheers to everyone who's bought tickets this week. A lot of tickets sold. We're on the way. It's going, folks. So I'm really hoping it's going to be a big crowd for this one, because in case you didn't know, it is going to be the very last one, as we said. Obviously, the weekend after the big fans gathering is going to be the very last ever, and I do mean that there. Rebel podcast, Rebel Sunday show. So it's not going to be the end of the podcast. Definitely not. There's still going to be stuff happening. It's going to be uploaded. Maybe something of a different nature being going live and stuff. But as for this show on a Sunday, Rebel Sundays, it's definitely going to be the last one. So we are going to finish up on a high this year, folks. So we are. So as for the big fans gathering, it goes hand in hand with the Rebel Sunday show. So that's how we're sort of saying it's getting knocked in the head as well. You know what I mean? So if you haven't got a ticket yet, folks, get yourselves a ticket, because it's going to be the very last one, and definitely going to go all out this year, obviously, with the main headlines again. Clover, lads from Limerick. So again, cheers for Emmons for coming for the third year in a row. They headline this gig for us, much appreciated. Then coming over from Liverpool, Shay Doolan, folks, who's up next. Obviously, for me, definitely the most in-demand singer on this whole, in the Rebel scene at the minute. Anywhere you see Shay's name up there, so delighted to have Shay over for this. And then Mr. Lockdown himself, Kev O.D., Kevin O'Driscoll, is going to be opening things up for us on that evening, plus he'll be playing the next day as well, along with Kieran Mack on the after party in Sarsfield. So if you haven't got a ticket yet, folks, you can see it it's on the bottom of the screen. At the end of it, you'll see the website address to go to, so it's www.rebelpodcast.bigcartel.com, and you can buy your tickets there. They're £15 each, folks, so it's going to be a great night. So cheers to everyone who's bought tickets this morning there just before the show started from over at Ardoyne. So cheers, thank you lads. And then everybody else who's bought tickets this week. So jump into all these comments, there's loads of them while we're doing the first song there. So we'll see, we'll have, obviously everybody can't say you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on YouTube. Everybody's watching live on YouTube today, which is great, so thank you. So up first, James McMullen, how you doing, mate? Harry Townsend, how you doing, Harry? What's the crack? First of our Dirty Dubs on, how you doing, Derek? Afternoon, all the sunny Dublin. It's not too sunny here today, it's a bit overcast, but it's still pretty roasting in the studio here. I have two fans, not actual fans, like as in Marty Heaney and maybe James standing in front of me. I mean, two fans, like blowing air and hot air in my face. Was that warm? Scott Temps, how are you doing, Scott, over in Coatbridge? No, Coatbridge, you're Falkirk, man, you? Sorry, Scott. We also have Terry Craney watching over in Scotland there. Afternoon, everyone from sunny Glasgow. Jim McCaff, how are you doing, Jim? There's the man himself, Mr. Spanner, Marty Heaney. Who also have here, let's see, there's Valerie, Derek's lovely missus, listening from Dublin as well. Joseph McGoy watching today from Free Derry. Yes, so Marty Heaney just says, I don't wish Ange or Spurs any ill, but he screwed us fans in the club. But Marty, how do you say he screwed? I don't understand. I've had this thing with many people this week. How do you say that he screwed the fans in the club? I mean, at the end of the day, it was his decision and the club's decision to have a rolling 12-month contract, right? Do you know what I mean? So he didn't walk out now, but that's what really annoys me. He didn't walk out, so he done his job at the end of the season. He basically won us the treble. He didn't mention anything about basically about any Spurs links or whatever the whole time while he was there, but he's linked the other job, he just didn't mention it. All he concentrated on was Celtic. So how did he let anybody down? He didn't screw anybody. He basically took a better job at the end. He didn't have a contract there. So his contract was basically at the end of the season. So he didn't have a contract. Obviously Spurs wouldn't have had to pay any compensation, as far as I know. So I can't understand how did he screw anybody? He didn't screw us. He basically left at the end of the season after he won 3 trophies, got us into the Champions League, left us with some cracking players. And what else can you ask of the man? Like, in the day, nothing is forever. I mean, especially where footballers and managers are concerned. See all this here, like, they aren't fans like us. I mean, they come to the club and they start talking about, oh, I used to watch Celtic when I was a kid in Australia. No, big deal. Maybe he might have, but it doesn't mean that he's a die-hard Celtic fan. He's going to be at the club for the rest of his life. I'm sure when Brendan Rodgers left, he got dogs abuse from his family. Obviously, his whole family are die-hard Celtic men up there in Carnlough. They are massive Celtic families from. And I think, obviously, there's a bit of bad feeling there whenever he left, or when he left, I mean. But he still won 7 trophies when he's here. I just don't understand what people expect when a manager comes in. At the end of the day, he's come on and done a job, and he's went the higher job. So, obviously, if you're saying, Marty, or you don't wish him any ill will, obviously you do, because you're saying he screwed the fans in the club. I definitely don't think he did. Definitely not. Like, I just don't see people's rising and thoughts on this sometimes. Like, Dan Breen, how you doing, Dan? Henry, Henry, listen, I need to sort your response. I have them in the house here in an envelope for you. So what do you want me to do with them? Well, is it best for me? I'll keep them for you on the door on the night, okay? So they're there for you, right? And then basically, because obviously you don't use Facebook or anything, so I can't basically get your address and stuff to post them across. So listen, I'll just keep them on for you at the door, so there'll be an envelope with your name on it, okay? On the night, and then obviously just come up and we'll know who you are, and we'll give you your response, all right? So let's see. All I thought, I was walking past Central Park there. Central Park or Celtic Park? There's big Johan, the Swedish Provo. How you doing, Johan? Can't watch this live. Well, you are watching it live because I have a game in Sweden to attend. Looking forward to hear what the future holds for Rowe. Just thought he scraped the Sundays, but it seems the podcast dies as well. No, listen, mate, the podcast isn't going to die. Definitely not. Definitely have other ideas of what I want to maybe do. Do you know what I mean? But it isn't going at all. It's definitely going to be here. Do you know what I mean? In some capacity, but it's just the live. I mean, see, at the end of the day, when a lot of people think it's, he's scripting the podcast. What I'm doing here now is just a sort of outsource of the podcast. Actually, the show is called Rebel Sundays from the Rebel podcast. Obviously, I do many other things. Well, before we started doing Rebel Sundays, I was doing the audio interviews as the Rebel podcast and a few other things as the Rebel podcast. So the only thing that's gone is the actual Rebel Sunday show. So I mean, the podcast is still going to be here, mate. So it is, and it's I'm still going to be here in some way doing things, and I'm thinking about what is going to be done obviously next year whenever the live show finishes. So don't be thinking, oh, it's gone completely. You're not going to get rid of me that quick. I know a lot of people will want to get rid of me that quick and wish I would just leave the scene. I'm not going anywhere, to be honest with that. So I'm sorry to disappoint people. Like, what time is the South Armagh Commemoration? I thought it was like 3:30 or something, Jim. So it was. James, how you doing? James McClave, watching on the dark side, watching on YouTube today. But cheers, man. I know you're going to great dedication to watch the show, because I know you enjoy and watching it on Facebook, and you have to leave your comments and stuff. So cheers, man, for that. But listen, James, great to see yourself and Debbie last week. It was really nice to catch up with you and just sort of sit and chill out and nothing too mad. So we'll talk about the Clover gig in Shannon later on during the show. So today, folks, our guest, was meant to be Kieran Dowling from Errigal, but literally about 15 minutes before we're starting the show, I got a text from him saying that he's pulling out. He can't do it today. Something's come up and he's sorry, etc. So he's not going to be here today. We'll maybe get him on in the future. We'll see what happens. So obviously no guest today. It's just myself for the 3 hours. So some of you might like it, and some of you might not like it. We'll see what happens. But right, let's see. Marty says, yep. Fuck Zuckerberg. It's live on the fans page. There's always a way to go. Well, it's not live on the fans page. Like the fans page is the link is there to watch on YouTube, obviously, but it's not live on Facebook in any capacity. So it doesn't, you don't want people to go on the fans page and go, where is it? That's not live here. Do you know what I mean? Johan says, can't wait to December. Yes, mate, can't wait to see you as well. Joseph Agnew says, hail, hail, Big Ro, you're back, missed. Hail, hail, keep on yourself. Johan says, yeah, and I want to go to Puerto Rico as well, but it's do you mean 1,400 or 14,000? Yeah, I think you added an extra zero on the end there. Short, Johan, I think. If it was costing you 14 grand to go to Puerto Rico for a couple of days in Gran Canaria, there it is there. Yeah, sorry, 1,400. Yeah, so basically, it's actually a lot of these people, all the comments here, just actually talking about Ange and what I was saying there at the start. So obviously, people isn't going to agree. Aren't going to all agree with me. It's just my opinion to say. Like a lot of things I say on this here show. It's hold on a second. It's my opinion and nobody else's. That's why I can say it. So, James, let's see. Yeah, Johan, 1,400 is nothing for a man of your wealth. Yes, listen to Megabucks here. Richie Rich talking. Rich, listen, most of all the other comments is just saying, obviously, about what I was saying there about Brenton Rodgers and Big Johan, or Johan, Big Ange. Let's see, Marty says, yeah, what about all the old oil billionaires doing last night? What Salt Lake done 67, only without buying the cup? Well, I've seen a lot of people posting this. I think it was even your man, Sheikh Mansour, who owns Man City and this whole City group. I think he's owned the club for 15 years, right? And last night was only the second, that's number 2, the second competitive match that he watched Man City live. And he's owned the club for 15 years, like what the hell? That's madness. But as you're right there, Marty, I mean, that's what they went and bought. I mean, how they've only won the Champions League now with the money they've had and the players they've had and the managers they've had is beyond me. I don't know. But I think it's not, can't really take it seriously, their win last night, because it basically is. It's been bankrolled and financed by all these oil billionaires from over in the Middle East. And I'll say exactly the same thing when if Newcastle do big things, if they ever go and win the Premier League or ever go and basically win the Champions League, the people who bought the Emmons are just like, there's a lot to answer for in humanity terms, you know what I mean, of what they have done to their people and to other people. And but it seems as if like a lot of these Newcastle fans, you think they are meant to be seen as being like a busy, a community and working class club, the likes of Liverpool and Everton and Celtic and a few other big teams. And it seems just as if they come in with this money. Oh, listen, we'll just put our blinkers on of what these people, this country has done that's bought our club, and we'll not worry about it there as long as we're winning Premier League matches and qualifying for the Champions League. We'll not worry about it. And that's what's worrying when you see people just bypassing some of this stuff. So, Marty, you're just right. So you are definitely. Right, I'll play another song, then I'll see if I can catch up on a few more of these comments that isn't sort of talking about Big Ange and the Salt Lake situation. So what we're going to do next, we'll do a song here from the Notes from Derry album, the very first one of the collection. And there's probably one of there's 3 or 4 songs I really, really love on this here album. This is probably one of them. It's a song from that's sung by Alban Norby, of course, who owns the Lizzie O'Farrell's bar in Derry. He's over in Boston at the minute, so he is over Loving Life. So this one is called Shanna Golden. So I found out there from Limerick, County Limerick, this one, Spicy Fusions. Lovely, lovely song, this here.
The cold winds from the mountains are calling soft to me. The smell of scented heather brings me to memories. The wild and lonely eagle up in the summer sky flies high over Shanna Golden, where my young Willie dies. Do you remember, darling? Walk the moonlit road. I held you in my arms and I never let you go. Our hands, they were entwined, my love, all in the pale moonlight, by the fields of Shanna Golden, on a lone and the hills they were aflame. Down from the silent mountains the Saxon strangers came. I held you in my arms then, my young lord, wild with fear. By the fields Oceana golden, in the springing of the year. And you fought them, darling Willie, all through the summer days. I heard the rifles firing in the mountains far away. I held you in my arms and your blood ran free and bright. And you died by Shanna Golden on a lonely winter's night. Was long ago, my love, and our sun grows fine and tall. The hills, they are at peace again, the Saxon strangers gone. There's roses on your grave, my love, there's an eagle in the sky, flying high, Oceana golden, where my young Willie died. The cold winds from the mountains are calling soft to me. The smell of scented heather brings bitter memories. The wild and lonely eagle up in the summer sky flies high, Oceana golden, where my young Willie died. Flies high, Oceana golden, where my young Willie died.
And 10 years before I saw the light of morn, a convict ship of heroes was laid. From every corner of the world came sailing the 15th International Brigade. They came to stand beside the Spanish people to try and stem the rising fascist tide. Franco's allies were the powerful and wealthy. Frank Ryan's came from the other side. Even the olives were bleeding as the battle for Madrid had thundered on. Truth and love against the force of evil, brotherhood against the fascist blood. Viva la Quinta Brigada, no passer on the pledge that made him fun. Adelante is the crier on the hillside. Let us remember them tonight. Bob Hillard was the Church of Ireland pastor. From Killarney across the Pyrenees he came. From Derry came a brave young Christian brother. Side by side they fought and died in Spain. Tommy Woods at 17 died in Cordova. With the Vienna he learned to hold the gun. From Dublin to the Via del Rio, where they fought and died beneath the Spanish sun. Viva la Quinta Brigada,
No pass around the pledge that made him fight. Adelante is the crier of the hillside. Let us remember them tonight. Many Irishmen heard the call of Franco, joined Hitler and Mussolini too. The propaganda from the pulpit and newspaper had dug Duffy to gather up his crew. And the word came from the church to support the Nazis. Then at last they failed again. The bishops blessed the blue shirts down in Galway as they sailed beneath the swastika to Spain. Viva the King of the God! No pass around the pledge that made a fight. Adelante is the crier of the hillside. Let us remember them tonight. And this song is a tribute to Frank Riley, Kit Conway and Vinnie Cody too, Peter Daly, Charlie Regan and Hugh Bonner. Though many died again but never fear. Danny Boyle, Leslie Brown and Charlie Dundee, Liam Tomlinson and Jim Straney from Shortstrand, Jack Nelty, Tommy Patton and Frank Conroy, Jim Foley, Tony Fox and Dick O'Neill. Viva la Quinta Brigada! No pass around the pledge that made it fun. Adelante is the crier of the hillside. Let us remember them tonight. Viva la Quinta Brigada! Let us remember them tonight. Viva la Quinta Brigada! Let us remember them tonight. Viva la Quinta Brigada! Let us remember them.
There we go, folks. If anybody's ever been to any of my live gigs, you'll know that's one of the most popular sort of more songs I play. It just gets, when you hear it. After it was recorded live at the Barlands, it's actually, I think you can watch that whole concert on the iPlayer, BBC iPlayer, I think. They don't know why BBC recorded that their concert, but that's where it was took from. But a phenomenal atmosphere, like that gig, absolutely brilliant. I think it's Declan Sinnott is with Christy Moore playing there. And obviously he's playing the acoustic guitar as well, not their song, but just see the two guitars going together there with a wee melody in the other one. That just sounds class. So brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So it's somebody that asked for Christy Moore there. I'm just going to check in the comments and we'll dedicate that one to use. Right, so we'll jump back into all these here comments. It's flying through while that was playing. Let's see. Sinead, how you doing? Cheers for coming on today, Mrs. Good to see you on YouTube. Let's see. Marty, so got our wristbands on Friday, but it looks like we've got a pigeon. Could have sent it at there and to collect them. I seen that there, mate. Jesus Christ, on this morning there. So did that pigeon just dander into the house? But I know them home pigeons. There's a couple wee tags on it. So listen, see if you go on even on the Facebook and just type in like homing pigeons NI or something like that. There's bound to be a group. I just send them a message and sure they'll put you probably in the right way of who owns it. Like it's probably just running out of breath. And I probably smelt that you used to do a good fry up in there in the house and looking a bit of bacon probably. So it war continues on its journey. Feed the Bear says, yeah, Marty, everything going well. We'll be over in December with Dan. Happy days, good lads. Marty, how dare you call me a fan? I'm your right hand man. Sorry, mate. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Jim McCaff says, yeah, 5 million we got for Ange. Was that actually announced? But here, Avito, listen, I'm sure Spurs would rather pay something, but listen, there's 5 million. That's what I mean. Like, what the hell do you do that there? Get another player in the calibre of buddy wee Hugo. Right, so it was Robert Bennett that said there. So it was, Ro, can you play anything from Christy Moore, from myself, Stephanie and Shauna? Spent the last day of our holiday listening in from the pool in Santa Ponsa. Cheers, mate, not a problem, Robert. So, yeah, folks, I'm going to be in Santa Ponsa myself very, very soon. I can't wait. So I think we head off on the 30th of June for 10 days. So, folks, the last show of this month is going to be, so not next Sunday, but Sunday the 25th. So, yeah, delighted to say that the guests on the 25th is going to be the lads from Clover. So, I don't know if we'll have them all in the one room together or not, or we'll get all four, just 3 screens going together. But I know the last time we done it there, one of them was a bit louder than the other, and Paul sounded like he's underwater talking and stuff. So, we'll maybe get a better one, but they're definitely going to be here on the show. Obviously, we're going to be talking later on the show about their entry into the Ballad Fest competition. So they're going to be the Limerick entry. So obviously that's great. They've been chosen to represent Limerick in this battle of the sort of ballads competition. So we're going to be playing the video that they made for that song. Plus they're going to be talking a wee bit about it. So obviously we'll get the lads on in a couple weeks' time. So probably not next week, but the weekend after, and they can tell us basically all about how this came about, the sort of battle of the ballads thing. And all of the money raised is going towards obviously the Sinn Féin hunger strike commemoration in Cork later this year. So it's been banded about going to Cork for a few years now, so it has, but this year it's actually happening, and that's a fair journey. I know I've done many years with a flute band, going up and down the roads, travelling all over the place for commemorations, but never got as far as Cork. Like, and it's last week was going to go by travelling to Shannon. That was long enough. Never mind heading to bloody Cork as well. Like, so yeah. But all the money raised from that there Battle of the Ballads is going to be going towards the Sinn Féin commemoration for the hunger strikes in Cork this year. So Robert, I'm on spicy for you and all your family over in sunny Santa Ponsa. Hope it's actually sunny today. I've seen a few videos during the week, and absolutely lashing down. So it was. Let's see. Right. James, here he goes again, rowing his rants. Listen, that wasn't a rant, so it wasn't. That was just me speaking passionately about Big Ange. So it was, keep them big man. There we go. Let's see. Sinead says, Rory, you sound very hyper today. Well, I'm hyper, so I just had to get that off my chest there about the. I know you couldn't give two shits about football, Sinead, like, but a lot of people do. Let's see. Johan says he wants to set up a GoFundMe page for the Swedish Provo to Gran Canaria. Ray Callahan, my fellow trucker who drives a bucket of shit, Dav. Afternoon row in the gang from Dublin. Dublin Miners will show that Derry gang how to play football on the All-Ireland semi-final. We'll see what happens. Derry seems to be doing well again this year. So Henry says, Ro, could you play Only Our Rivers Run Free for my cousin Anne and FTB who's Feed the Bear, sorry, who are both having a bit of a time just now. God bless you both. Okay, not a problem. We'll get that on next. So we'll Only Hours Run Free. Dan McDouble, what time is the Argyll interview? Listen, so we said there at the start of the show, Kieran from Argyll is not going to be on the show today. He texted me about 15 minutes before we started and just said he can't make it. Something's come up. Unfortunately, he can't be on the show today. So hopefully we will get him on in the future for another interview, maybe before we wrap the show up. So Kieran of Argyll is not going to be on today, folks, unfortunately. He's texted me and said he can't make it, so there we go. Marty just says, yeah, God bless, Feed the Bear and Anne. Studs Lanigan, the man that talks the most sense in this show. Forget all these candidates being banded about. The only man that managed Glasgow Celtic is our very own Rory Carson, the legend. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. But I don't know what a job I do here. Like, Johan says, anyone for a Swedish Provo in a crib in Puerto Rico? So are you basically looking for someone to put you up, Johan, when you go over and you'll just pay for your flights? So Jim says, Fran Alonso, the manager of the women's team. A few people have said there, so they have. Let's see what else. I think that's all caught up, is it? Tom Ross, Ted Lasso is currently out of contract. So is Jesse March. So they're two of one of the one thing, aren't they? Des, Belfast, Ireland. How you doing, Des? Big hello to all. Cheers, mate, for tuning in today. Right. Joseph McGoy says, lovely new mural unveiled in the Bogside this week. It'll replace the Colonel Jackson one. I sent you the photo. Oh, okay. So that's what it is, right? So he sent me it through there. So I'll get it downloaded, mate. I'll put it on the screen here after we do the next song. So all right. So yeah, it's lovely mural. So does it replace the scumbag that is General Mick Jackson and Derry there. So right. So for Anne and Feed the Bear, this one is spicy for you. So obviously Henry had said he's looking for this one. Only Our Rivers Run Free. So this is from Damien Quinn's album he released a few years ago. They're actually called Only Our Rivers Run Free. So for Terry as well, our biggest Damien Quinn super fan on the show, we'll dedicate this to you as well. So this is Damien Quinn, folks, on Rebel Sundays with Only Our Rivers Run Free. Oh, a bit loud, that.
When apples still grow in November, when blossoms still bloom from each tree, when leaves are still green in December, it's then that our land will be free. I wandered her hills and her valleys, and still to my sorrow I see a land that has never known freedom, and will only our rivers run free. I drink to the death of her manhood, those men would rather have died than to live in the cold chains of bondage, to bring back the rights were denied. Oh, where are you now when we need you? What burns where the flame used to be? Are you gone like the snows of last winter? And will only our rivers run free? How sweet is life, but we're crying. How mellow the wine, but it's dry. How fragrant the rose, but it's dying. How gentle the breeze, but it sighs. What good is in youth when it's aging? What joy is in eyes that can see? When there's sorrow in sunshine and flowers, and we're only our rivers run free, and still only our rivers run free.
There we go, it's Only Our Rivers Run Free there from Damien Quinn, folks, here on Rebel Sundays on the Rebel podcast, exclusively laid today on YouTube only for another, probably till the end of the month anyway, because we've been banned from going Facebook Live for a month because I put up a few pictures of Martin Doherty, and that was seen as basically breaking the Facebook community standards shite or whatever and they talk about. But anyway, so somebody's basically reported the page or reported the thing and about the post I put up, and they give me a wee warning. But I thought I had lost the page completely a few weeks ago, and they did give it back this last week, so I'm not going to rock the boat too much. It means we can still, it'd be worse if we couldn't go live altogether. We can still do it on YouTube, so it's not the end of the world, you know what I mean? Actually up listening now to 400 watching live now, to say, just watching this app here now, but say it's saying there's 56 watching live, and because there's only 56 people who follow the page is watching live, but because obviously the rest of them is people that don't follow it, but they're watching, so obviously there's a lot of people that can't comment because they're not, like, they don't follow the page. So say, folks, if any of you are watching the show, all you have to do is just go out and hit the wee subscribe button on YouTube. If you're watching it and you're not a subscriber to the show, please do. Just hit subscribe and then hit the wee bell icon on the screen, and then it'll tell you when I'm going live in the future. And plus, it helps me, my algorithm. The more people subscribe to the show and watch it, gets me sort of up on people's timelines. So people might be watching, they've never seen the show before, never even watched the any sort of like Irish rebel music before, and it might just pop up on their screen out of the blue, and they might end up watching it. So the more people watching the show will have, then and the more subscribers we'll have on YouTube, then it does me the world of good. So cheers, folks, for all you are massive people viewing today on YouTube, which is great. So thank you. So just as Joseph had said there, he sent me through, there's a new mural that's just been unveiled in the Bogside. So this is obviously the one that used to be on the wall, this one here. It was the picture of obviously Mike Jackson, who obviously a lot of us have seen the film Bloody Sunday it was made, and plus the actual news footage and stuff from that day, where he basically had said, we didn't fire a shot until the provost fired first, and blah, 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 and we done this, and absolutely shit. Him and his men, he gave the order to murder all those innocent people. So this is what has replaced the actual mural of Mike Jackson. Absolutely lovely, really, really lovely mural. Innocent, all the people that was murdered that day. And what you can't see to the right hand on the mural, I tried to crop it out there to get a better picture of it. There's a picture of a painting of a wee candle as well, being lit along the lower wall of that mural. So there's something else written on it. So I'll maybe see if I can. I think Joseph has sent me the picture of that as well. I'll see if I can download that copy and I'll bring it up. But yeah, so fair play to whoever got that organised there in the Bogside in Derry, that there's replaced the picture of Mike Jackson. So folks, we're speaking of last week, obviously we're down to the Shannon in County Limerick. So to see Clover playing in the Wolftones GA club. So listen, cheers to Clover for basically getting this all down. It was great. Obviously we sort of might have had a few more people. Only the Scottish Cup final sort of fell on that day it was on. I know a lot of people was away at the match and people was watching the match and stuff, so people had said they were going to go. Didn't obviously end up going, but it was great to see a lot of our sort of friends from the show. So this one here, this wee picture here, was the first one we took, was in the bar. So there's myself and James, and the old culty herself, Kathleen Boho, as I call her. Actually, I have her on my phone. It's just Kathleen Boho. So Kathleen, you made it a great weekend. So cheers for trading all the way from Boho and Fermanagh. So that bar we were in was called the Terrace. So originally me and James we were going to watch the match in the hotel we were staying in, but finally got there in, checked in, down to the hotel, and didn't have it on TV. I didn't have it Viaplay or BBC Scotland. So I said the route across the wee bar across the street. But what struck me was still, like, see the price of drink. I think it was, you're talking over 2 pints of Coors Light, or even Rockshore we were drinking was like, wasn't near €13 for 2 pints. See, any users that live in the south that have to pay that daily, I don't know how you pay it. Like, it's just crazy. I don't know, is that hotel prices or whatever? But I mean, that bar there we were in wasn't a hotel. It was just a wee a bar in the middle of like a housing estate, in the middle of a shopping area, and they were still paying €30 or something euro for a pint. That was just bonkers. Like, but on the night itself, so this here photo was took at the end of the night in the Wolftones club. So a lot of them people are at the front, folks, all actually my family from all the Craigens from Shannon. So it was great to obviously catch up with them. My mum and dad was actually staying with Brenda, so they were. So it was really good to catch up with them. Normally a lot of when people have family that live away down south or other parts of the country, you don't really see them for weddings and funerals and stuff. So it was good actually to go and catch up and have a night out. People have a drink and have a yarn in better circumstances rather than being like a funeral or something. And obviously at the end of the night, we all there was no hotel, there was no bar, like a residence bar in the hotel. So we all went back to Brenda's house afterwards for a few drinks, and actually she put on food and all, and sandwiches and all, which is great. So Brenda, thank you very much. You're so hospitable. Is that the word? Hospitable. So cheers for a great weekend. And then I know Kathleen did say that it was her priority to get my dad to smile. She says he never smiles, and I tell him saying he's just a grumpy old shite ways. He never smiles. But I just told her, I said, look, Kathleen, it's the smile's hiding under his moustache. He just can't see it because of his moustache. So in that picture there, he's actually just away to the toilet whenever we took this picture. But so I got this here one with Kathleen and my dad there. So that's the best smile you're going to get out of him. So it is. So Kathleen, you obviously you got what you wanted. So you did there. You got Big Kevin to crack a smile. So you did. So well done. So what was good as well, and I see on the way home on the Sunday, Josie was staying with my brother in Athy in Kildare, so we actually stopped off in Athy, our Al's house, for a barbecue and stuff, something to eat before we went home. And it was great to see Emmons as well, because they live so far away, you don't get to see them a lot. So we were in the kitchen, and I took a picture of this here, but at the time it was a bit of a joke with a jag. So I put this here up on Facebook. So that, if anyone can see it, so that whole cabinet there, folks, right, you can see, I'd say if there's any sort of doubt about why Arnell is my man's blue eye, obviously then this basically disproves all the doubt of why. So all of those things there, folks, you can see. I think there's basically what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's about maybe 30 in total. They're all awards that he's been presented over the years for being like a photojournalist. So obviously he's a press photographer and probably one of the best in this country. Actually, that during the week there, he actually flew over to America on Richie Sunak's plane. He works for the company he works for. Flew him out there, him and a lot of other journalists, to see Sleepy Irish Joe, or what Irish Joe calls him, Rashish Chinook. It was, but that's all I can say is to the brother and Alec, fair play, and say those awards there just proves of what a talented guy is at his job. And I say, I'll joke all the time about he's my ma's favourite son and he's the blue eye and all, but I could be more prouder of him, honestly. So fair play to you now. Right, so I'll just put back my bit here now. Back to a few more comments before we do the next song, because I do have a song lined up. Yeah, so next tune we're going to do is obviously we'll put up the wee picture there of the new mural of the that their mural on the Bogside replacing the Mick Jackson one. So we'll play Bloody Sunday now. So this is of one of Gary Oak's, so the version of the song that he recorded in Australia a good few years ago. So the album was called I Believe in You, live in Australia. Through the whole story of how this album actually was released. They recorded this album and then they lost it. Nobody knew it was. And then obviously Gary got it sent to him by Troubadour Music, the people who bring him out to Australia, and said, listen, look, there's basically the WAV files of this here album. He sent to Chris Cruikshank, and obviously Chris done his work with it and obviously made a brilliant album of it. So this is one of the songs. So this is Gary's version of the Bloody Sunday from live in Australia, folks, from a few years ago. If we can get the volume up, it'll be a good one. Here we go.
Sunday, bloody Sunday, when he shot up people there, and the cry 14 martyrs filled the free their ear. Is there anyone here amongst you who'll dare to blame it on our kids? Or not a soldier boy lay bleeding when we nailed our coffins on Sunday, bloody Sunday, bloody Sunday is the day Bloody Sunday, Bloody Sunday is the day. Well, he claimed to be a majority, you know that that's a lie. You really are a minority in our sweet little dial. But Storm and Baltimore tells they have got a lot to learn. But interment is no answer, it's those mothers turn apart. Sunday, bloody Sunday, bloody Sunday is the day. Sunday, bloody Sunday, bloody Sunday is the day. Well, you Anglo-Picts and Scotties sent to colonise the north. You know, wave your fucking Union Jack, well, you know what it's worth. How dare you hold to ransom a people proud and free? Leave Ireland for the Irish, turn the British back to sea. Sunday, bloody Sunday, bloody Sunday is the day. Sunday, bloody Sunday, bloody Sunday is the day. Well, it's always bloody Sunday at the concentration camps. The falls road free forever from those bloody English hands. Repatriate to Britain, all of thee who call it home. Leave Ireland for the Irish, not for London or for Rome. Sunday, bloody Sunday, bloody Sunday is the day. 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 Hey-o!
Hey-o! On you go, Gary Og. Of course, Gary has been in Santa Pons all week, so he has playing the Dubliner, along with Marty Higgins, Darren, and Chris Carney as well, Verngo Bra. Sharing dates out this week. I'll be having a great time over there, so fair play. That was Gary Ogler from his album I Believe in You, live in Australia. That was obviously the Bloody Sunday. And we'll just put that up there because of obviously this mural here, the new one's been unveiled in the Bogside this week, replacing the picture there of the scumbag and Mick Jackson himself. So there we go, folks. Yes, it's Rebel Sundays on the Rebel podcast. Myself, Big Ro, only live on YouTube. But I would say still massive, great numbers watching. So, folks, cheers. I say if you are watching on YouTube and you haven't subscribed, please do now. Say hit the subscribe button. Give us a wee thumbs up on the video as well if you can, and just hit the wee bell icon. And obviously it means that anytime I'm going live in the future, you'll get a notification straight away. So say there's lots of people watching on the day live on the show on YouTube that you can't see on the screen. Obviously it says up there now 53, but there's a lot more watching that there. Obviously it's only 53 subscribers is watching. But it's crazy. I think I have over 2,000 subscribers watching, or 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. But a lot of them will just maybe go and watch the show later on, or they might watch a wee bit of it, but a lot of them don't actually watch the show live. But I think that's the case for a lot of YouTubers and their pages, because that's what you hear them talk all the time, going, listen, look, folks, I have like 500,000 followers, but listen, I only have like so many of them actually don't subscribe, or 500,000 people watch this video, but only so half of them have watched or subscribed to the show or subscribed to the channel, us here. So I think everybody's under the same boat. Obviously, because of the algorithms, you want to try and get as many people watching to subscribe to your channel, so then you can get the thing out there more. It's just the way YouTube works. But listen, we're walking away, we're doing alright. So cheers to you all. Right. So we'll jump back to a few comments today, folks. Loads of comments today, so cheers to you all. Studs Lanigan, let's see what he's saying. What's he saying? Feed James English puts up some decent shows. Interesting surname. English is actually Irish, go figure. But listen, James English, he's a massive Tim, so he is, like, whatever. I think when he done the podcast with Johnny Adair, I was like, and he was getting really into it and all, whatever, and I says, oh, he must be a cream bun, like, so he is. Maybe he was a Rangers fan or something, whatever. But then he done the podcast with who was it? The one he done with Alan Thompson last year. And basically, it was just a full-on Celtic fest. And obviously, James English was saying, "Oh yeah, I'm a massive Celtic fan myself," and blah blah blah. So yeah, James English, he's done some brilliant podcasts. He's going back to the one he done with Fiona Donahue, Noah Donahue's mum. It's very, very interesting. Really, really heartbreaking to watch. But if you go on James English's YouTube channel, all of the ones there he's done. So he actually, I think his last one there was with big. What it used to be Tyson Fury's boxer, Peter Fury. I think that's his uncle, isn't it? Obviously, they must have had a fallout or something after the Klitschko fight, because he obviously went on to somebody else after that there. But yeah, he done one with him. So yeah, he has done some brilliant. That's a good shout there. So it's studs, James English. So it is. Martin Heaney, he says, what's my mum saying now? I know, poor lad's hard done by away. What she's been saying here. Now let's see. Right, let's look out for the landlady Carson. Whereas, right, Bick, song from Marcel or no tea. Listen, right now, I would actually I would quite happy with a glass of water. I need to take these bloody tablets, folks. My mouth is just. I finally got a appointment with the dentist tomorrow at 2:30, thanks to my lovely wife, Laura, who arranged it. See, if you're trying to get an appointment with a dentist these days, I think I have been chewing ibuprofen for the last 3 weeks. Literally just eating them like sweets. Because trying to get an appointment to get my dentist, and you're ringing every morning going, can I get an emergency appointment? Okay, yeah, I'm down at 10:30, 11:30. You're like, I can't have a job. I work. I can't come down. So thankfully I got one tomorrow at 2:30, and hopefully this year the throb in my mouth will be gone for a while anyway. So I have 2 tablets here I need to take, so I need to go get a glass of water for them. But right, so Martin Heaney says, there's her. Mr. Spanner, give our Rory a hug. He's feeling his spur purple. What? Piss crayon. So obviously he's put a wee emoji there, but I can't see it there because it says face purple crayon, whatever that means. So obviously that there doesn't show it on YouTube, whatever the emoji is in her phone just put on, so I don't know what it is. But obviously she's saying, he's for blah 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 blah. Don't I know, but I know he's your blue eye, so you don't need to convince me. No, I mean, whatever, like, it's okay. He isn't the one that brings you and takes you everywhere you need to go, drops you here and there and everywhere at the drop of a hat as soon as you get a phone call or a text. But listen, what am I? I'm only the son that lives around the corner with a car. I mean, I'm only joking, by the way, mother. I do love you, really. So a wee cup of tea and a glass of water will go down very well right now if you could arrange it. So thank you. Right, so Marty says, yeah, can you play a Come the Man song in tribute to Sinead's mum, whose anniversary this weekend, a brave woman of Ireland? Yes, okay. Sinead, of course, watching today, so we'll do that right now. A song, probably for me, one of the best sort of songs of sort of like you could say about Come the Man, dedicated of the women. Obviously, there's the one there Gary Oak sing as I Believe in You, but a lot of people wouldn't see it there as a sort of song about the women and the struggle. It's only to listen to it. The words would you go, yeah, but probably the one that everybody probably relates to is Mairead Farrell. So it is. So we'll do this one here, especially for Sinead's mum, whose anniversary is this weekend. So this is from Emer's album, recorded live in the Rock Bar many, many moons ago now. So it is, but still a cracking album. And she sings this one with her sister Anya. So she does. So this is Anya Glacken and Emer Glacken with the ballad of Mairead Farrell on Rebel Sundays, folks, and this is especially for Sinead's mum, whose anniversary is this weekend, who definitely was a true woman of Ireland.
I'm going to slow it down with a ballad this time of a local woman here from West Belfast, a great Irish Republican who died in Gibraltar with Sean Savage and Daniel McCann. It's the ballad of Mairead Farrell.
Oh, do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. Oh, do not stand at my grave and cry. When Ireland lives, I do not die. A woman's place is not at home. The fight for freedom my gun onto freedom's day. I pledge to fight for the IRA. So do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. Oh, do not stand at my grave and cry when Ireland lives. I do not die. In Arma's jails I spend my time. Strip searches were a British crime. Oh, degraded me, but they could not see I suffered this to set Ireland free. So do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. Oh, do not stand at my grave and cry when Ireland lives. I do not die. Gibraltar's rock, the place I died. McCann and Savage were by my side, and I heard the order rang loud and shrill of Thatcher's voice, saying shoot to kill. So do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. Oh, do not stand at my grave and cry when Ireland lives. I do not die. So do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. Oh, do not stand at my grave and cry when Ireland lives. I do not die. When Ireland lives, I do not die.
Memory of Maria Farrell, Sean Savage and Daniel McCann.
That's sort of Emer McGlahan there with her sister Anya with the ballad of Maria Farrell, and say probably one of the most recognisable Come the Man songs. What was that, especially for Sinead's mum, whose anniversary is this weekend. So thinking of you and all your family this weekend, Sinead, on her anniversary. Right, so what time are we on? 2:20. So we're here to 4 o'clock, folks. Another hour and 40 minutes. So folks, just in case anyone's wondering, if you're waiting on Kieran from Kieran Dowling from Errigal band coming on, obviously he was meant on the show today. Probably should have been on right now at 2 o'clock. But he texted me just before the show started and said he couldn't make it. Something's come up. So unfortunately, he can't be on today. Actually, first time that's happened. So it has so close for the show starting. Normally, if they can't make it or something, it's like they'll tell you a couple of days before it or the day before it or whatever. But unfortunately, he can't be here today. So we'll see if we can get him another date to get him back on. So, folks, if any of you are on Facebook, I just shared a status there on my Facebook page, the Rebel Podcast. Once you go and look at it, it's to do with the video I'm going to play here next, right? So, obviously Clover, who I'm very good friends with the lads, wearing a t-shirt today actually, have been chosen to represent Limerick in the Battle of the Ballads 2023. So I put up the donation for the GoFundMe link there for to vote for their song, Death for Revenge. So this is what it is, folks. So Battle of the Ballads is a fundraising initiative aimed at raising funds initially for the National Hunger Strike Commemoration this year in Cork. So ballads have been used to tell the story of the struggle of Irish freedom throughout every generation. One ballad will be performed from each of the 6 counties of Munster, Clare, Cork, Kerry, Limerick, Tipperary and Waterford. In order to vote for your favourite song, please donate to the relevant GoFundMe link below in the comments section. So I've basically the status I've shared on Facebook there now on the podcast page, you'll find the link for Clover's GoFundMe one. So in order to vote for your favourite song, please donate to the relevant GoFundMe link in the comments section. Every euro is equivalent to 1 vote. So basically, if you want to say €10 vote, I'll give you 10 votes towards Clover's song. So so every euro is equivalent to 1 vote. Proceeds raised will firstly be used for this year's National Hunger Strike commemoration in Cork City. And then basically 10% of each what money was raised from each song then go to the remaining local county, obviously the local common in each county. So you can vote for as many acts as you wish, as often as you want, until the competition closes. The winning ballad performance wins €1,200. Voting has started, ends on 25th of June at 9 p.m. So actually it's the day the Clover's going to be on the show, on the 25th of June. The voting will close that night, so it will, folks. So I'm going to play basically their song now. So Clover's, this is from their album, No Criminal in Me. So actually the album they dedicated to the Hunger Strike's anniversary, for the 40th anniversary there. So they've been asked to perform a track for County Limerick, and they've picked No Criminal in Me. So obviously it's been recorded and all, so they didn't have to go and actually record a song for this here. So they put a wee video up on Facebook last night of actually the video of the song, and Damon's busy talking a wee bit at the start about the song. So I'm going to play this here now, folks, and say if you go to my Facebook page, the Rebel Podcast on Facebook, I've just shared the status of how you can actually go and vote then for Clover's song. So I'll play the video here now. I think it lasts about 6 minutes, so it's just Clover doing a bit of talking at the start, and then actually the video of their video of Death Before Revenge. Here we go.
Hi folks, how are you doing? Well, how are we doing, folks? Just said we jump on there to say that how delighted we are to represent Limerick in the Battle of the Ballads competition currently taking place.
Battle of the Ballads is a competition that it's a fundraiser for the Hunger Strike commemoration being held in Cork later this year.
Yeah, the song we have chosen to put forward for the Battle of the Ballads is our recording of Death Before Revenge. We think it's a great song, and that's our song to represent Limerick in this year's competition. If you want to know more information on what exactly the fundraiser is, if you jump onto the Facebook page Battle of the Ballads 2023, and you'll see all the information there. If you'd like to vote for our song, each euro counts as 1 vote. So if you'd like to vote for our song by making a donation, we'll post the GoFundMe link under the video here on our page, and you'll be able to vote for our song from there.
So €1 equals 1 vote, so yeah. You know, throw in a few 50s there.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's a good cause.
It's a great initiative to raise money for the Hunger Strike commemoration, which is taking place in Cork this year. Thanks very much, folks.
Cheers, Sloan.
Thanks. tell me what they say, for tomorrow brings a new wind and the rain has gone away. Within these walls I see the sun as it shines o'er the hill, down into the valley and amongst the daffodils. When this war is over and I see your face again, then I tell you of the warriors who put death before revenge. Now here we starve in prison to support our fellow man, who have only a woolen blanket and a crucifix in their hand. Bitter screws harass and they give them hell, for the spirit they cannot break. Hold your chins up, lads, keep marching on. We don't think she'll leave it too late. When this war is over and I see your face again, then I tell you of the warriors who put death before revenge. Now Bobby was the first to go, with Francis close behind. The people streamed onto the streets. To have faith was not a crime. Faith is what those men had when they chose to join our fight. Their actions were political. Can't the British see we're right? And when this war is over and I see your face again, then I tell you of the warriors who put death before revenge. Days rolled by and two more died, O'Hara and McGreesh. But Thatcher chose to bite her lip. The toil was not to cease, but the barricades they went up by day and the bullets they hummed by night. How much longer must we keep this path? There is still no end in sight. And when this war is over and I see your face again, then I tell you of the warriors who put death before revenge. It's a dreadful thing that those men joined our ranks of martyred parade. That's 10 too many coffin nails kicked coldly to the grave. Oh, and if they'd only realize and Thatcher mark us well, that's 10 more determined reasons just to break out of this hell. And when this war is over and I see your face again, then I'll tell you of the warriors who put death before revenge. When this war is over and I see your face again, then I'll tell you of the warriors who put death before revenge. O'Hara, Hughes, McCreesh and Sam, Doherty and Lynn, MacDonald, Harrison, McIlwee, Divine.
There you go, folks. What was that? Clover there with Death for Revenge. Absolutely brilliant video. So fair play to them. And obviously Marty and Peter as well has posted up the links. So they'll have in the comments section here, folks. So if you can click on it, hopefully you'll be able to open the link to the GoFundMe page to select Clover's song for the Battle of the Ballads for the 6 counties anyway. They have been selected for County Limerick. Limerick and Clare plays in the is it the Munster final? It is. So hopefully we'll be kept up to date of the scores, whatever time the throw-in's at. Not sure. I know I've seen a few people talking about it on Facebook today. Or so have. Right, let's see. Martin Heaney. Right, can someone say something so I can use my spanner? It's been idle a few weeks. I want my money's worth before the show ends. See, it's usually only using Facebook, so if somebody says something, you know. But I think maybe people don't want to hear more of my rants, so they're afraid to say something. Do you know what I mean? They must think I'm this big bad person. I don't know what the hell it is like. I've heard that there in recent weeks. People, Dan Breen, Marty, Rue talks some shit. I knew he'd bait. Let's see. Well, actually, Marty would probably give you a slap in the back, fella, or shake your hand. He'd probably agree with you. So he would. Dan. Let's see. See, Jim McCaff says, yeah, that song makes you bitter of what them English did to us. Joseph McGill as well says, that video of their conditions brings it home, folks. Definitely, yeah. So listen, more fair play to for Peter for putting that video together. For the song itself, does show you what the prisoners went through and said there, and again, folks, if anyone haven't watched it yet, go on the iPlayer, the BBC iPlayer, and watch that. I think it's either a 5 or a 6 part documentary. It's been on. It's called Once Upon a Time in Northern Ireland. It's a hit saying in 2 words, Northern Ireland, but it's the name of the show, and there's a great perspective of a lot of sides of basically what happened here. You know, I thought a few people, and it spoke very, very well. Obviously, it focused on sort of like a couple of 3 main people throughout the whole sort of 5-6 episodes. So it was, but yeah, very, very well done. Whoever put it together. Let's see, what was Peter saying there? Great song, great cause. Sarah, how you doing? Sarah, listen, it was great to see you last week in Shannon at the Clover gig. Obviously, didn't have the yarn at the end of the night, you know what I mean? But it was good with yarns. Thanks very much. Cheers, and great to see you coming over for the gig. Right, so what time are we on now? We're on 14:35. So we'll do this here with my ma. She says, no tea if you don't play a song. So she was looking for Brick McFarlane with a song from Marcella. So we'll do this one here. And see, this would have been one of the songs that always got us cut off Facebook Live as well. So obviously there's no harm that happened today, folks. So I don't think we actually had any more comments coming through. So requests. So if any songs you want to hear, folks, we're here to 4 o'clock, so we have another hour and 25 minutes left. So get them in. Maybe songs we've played every week. Maybe songs that I've never played in the show. But get them on, and we'll definitely play them today. So I have a whole library here of songs on my laptop, plus I have Spotify here, so I can let you play any Rebel songs you want. So any dedications you want, folks, any requests, put them in the comments, and we'll get them lined up and get them on for you. So this is my ma, this one, who's currently out doing a great job at the back. Her and my dad getting their back garden set up for the summer. So they're tying their plastic bushes to the fence now. So right, here we go. This is Brick McFarlane, folks, from my ma with that song from Marcella on Rebel Sundays.
Doesn't seem quite so long ago, the last time that I saw you. And ain't it funny how the memories grow? they always fold around you. They try to break you in a living hell, but they couldn't find a way. So they killed you in an H-block cell and hoped that all would turn away. They thought your spirit couldn't rise again, but you dared to prove them wrong. And in death you tore away the chains. Let the world hear freedom's song. Yet the heartache and pain linger on. They're still here, though it's so long since you've gone. But we're stronger now. You showed us how freedom's fights can be won. I wish there was an easy road to choose, bring the heartache to an end. But easy roads are always sure to lose. I've seen it time and time again. You could stand by me like yesterday, I'd find the strength to carry on. So let your spirit shine along the way, and our day will surely come. Yet the heartache and pain linger on. They're still here, though it's so long since you've gone. But we're stronger now. You showed us how freedom's fight can be won. If we all stand as one.
There you go, it's Bick McFarlane there, folks, with a song from Marcella, especially from my ma Kate, that one. So there you go. So get the tea on, and I seen a wee nice wee jam sponge there you had down in the kitchen there, so a wee slice that there will go down well, I have to say. As it is, 4 hours out slabbering. It's the weekend, folks. Saturday and Sunday. It's not Slim World Day, it's only Monday to Friday is, so don't know what there's not part of the day. It's Saturday and Sunday, so please. I'm doing okay as it is. Don't need anybody slabbering and shouting to me on my cheat weekends. Monday to Friday, but on a weekend, if you get me. Right, so yes, that was basically from my there. So loads of great song requests coming through while Sadie is looking for the tune. So we'll let's see. Derek Delaney says, yeah, Balfest in February and Devon's another one. Keep us going. Yeah. So obviously, folks, if any's haven't got tickets for this shit, get them on. I'm actually not sure if there's any weekend tickets left for it yet. So it isn't. But this is the lineup here. So it is. I'll just get these comments out of the way from Derek. Yeah, so this is being run by Aidan Brown, folks, who owns Patter Brown's Bar here in Dublin. Down in Dublin. So normally it's in, obviously the last few years it's been in Dublin, it's been in the nice little stadium twice, it was in the City West once, so it's Ballfest 5, so he's decided this year to take it to Belfast. I think more to do with just trying to get a venue in somewhere in Dublin to have it. I think obviously the price for insurance and the price of a lot of other stuff, it's just through the roof. So I'm sort of glad I made have some part in getting it in the Devon this year. So I had sort of obviously been speaking to Aidan, throwing a few ideas from venues, and he can come up to Belfast to look at this here, and he was just blown away by the venue and by the sort of what they could offer for a gig. So it's the lineup, folks. O'Neill Alsop Memorial Flute Band, Fieldsy, Emer Rebel Band, Dublin Bird, himself, DJ Big Row, Ernur Flute Band, Shay Doolan, Shabeen, the Oil Brigade, Ergo Bra, Rebel Hearts, Callie's Men, the Irish Brigade, folks. Was taking place over Friday the 2nd and Saturday the 3rd of February next year. You get your tickets from potterbrowns.com, or if you just search in the Eventbrite and search Ballfest 5. See, there was a lot of weekend tickets went. I'm not sure there's any of them left for both nights, but there's lots of single day tickets, so there is. But yeah, it's going to be a great weekend, folks, here in West Belfast. So fair play to Aidan for bringing his Ballfest Ballfest 5 gig here to Belfast. Technically the Devonish could be classed as South Belfast, but listen, we're claiming it as a Westie. It's only across the bridge, so might be in South Belfast, but everybody just calls it the Dev. It's in West Belfast, so that'll take place on Friday the 2nd and Saturday the 3rd. So I'm going to be hosting both nights, folks. Maybe playing a few tunes before and after the gig. We'll see what happens, but I'll be introducing all the bands along to the stage, so really looking forward to this one. So yeah, get your tickets, folks, from potterbrowns.com. Don't be missing it. It's going to be a great gig, so it is. Right, just seeing a few other people today. I think Johan's coming over for it as well, so it'll be great to see Johan over making a complete mess of himself as normal. But that's just Johan. He's just a just nice, genuine, gentle, big cuddly bear, and means no ill will to anybody. He just likes the pint of Guinness, so he does. Right, I think a lot of people here is trying their best. To get a ban here from Marty. So somebody had said there again, where is this here comment about when is bloody thing coming on? Who was it? Somebody had said there, when is Argyle coming on? It's the third time the guy has asked, so don't know if he's coming in and then obviously listening and turn it off again, come back and again, and hasn't heard what I was saying. So if you are listening, mate, Kieran from Argyle is not going to be on the show today. He has texted me and said he can't come, something's happened and he can't come on the show, so he's not going to be on today, unfortunately. So hopefully we'll try and get him back on. He should have been here obviously at 2 o'clock, but he's not on today, so there we go. Dirty Cartbill, what happened on Facebook? Dirty, did you not read Facebook? I put about 20 posts up on Facebook to say, folks, this week's show and the next show as well on the 25th is only going to be on YouTube only because I have a Facebook Live ban. I'm not allowed to go on Facebook Live because they've banned me for putting up a post about Martin Doherty on his anniversary. So that's why I'm not on Facebook, but Dirty, it's great to see you on YouTube, so there we go. That is why I'm not on Facebook, so I hope that clears that up for you. Feed the Bear says, Ro, I'm gonna do that kettle diet starting tomorrow, just 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks, you should try that big yin. That's not doing actually too bad, but I think I'm on nearly 2.5 stone off me now on the Slim World. So and it's I probably be on a lot more if I was doing it basically all week, but from the start doing it this year, I've been saying I'm doing it Monday to Friday, that's it, and I'm being really, really strict Monday to Friday. Well, when I'm in work, I am, but if there's days I'm off working a bank holiday or everything, it just goes up to shit, like what happened last week. But I help consistently been losing like £4, £5 most weeks, so I think up to now I've lost 2.5 stone, which isn't too bad, over, I think it's, 18 weeks, so we'll just keep going at it and keep going at it and see how it goes. I know for me it's definitely working, so it is. So but cheers, man, anyway. Right, Neil Costigan says, how you doing, Neil? What's the crack, mate? Nice to see the beard come back, Neil. It's definitely not, you see, coming back. It's just I couldn't be arsed having the shave. I'll have a shave the night when I'm going to work tomorrow, but the beard is definitely not coming back, believe you me. So cheers. When you playing in Bundoran? Well, won't be playing Bundoran this year, Dirty, because obviously the festival, the Salt Lake Festival, is taking place in Gran Canaria this year, in Puerto Rico. So there's no Bundoran gig this year, unfortunately, so there isn't. Let's see. There's footage of you two. Let's see. Odin says, Ro, can you please play Belfast Man by the Bog Savages? It's a brilliant tune, but I think it's on YouTube only. The Belfast Man from the Bog Savages? I'll have a look at that there, so that's not one, definitely not one I've heard, so it isn't. Let's see, Martin Heaney says, I love hearing Bick sing this live. Absolutely amazing, and we have the pleasure and honour of being able to see him every Sunday. He slags the life out of me too. Let's see. James says, you only have 6 months of the show left to get back on. We will have faith in you. Well, listen, we'll see what happens, James. And if it can't be arranged to get him on the Sunday show, we'll definitely be looking into getting it like a pre-recorded one, an actual proper sit-down one, like the ones we've done before. I mean, the audio ones, and maybe get this on video, this one. But listen, mate, as you say, you have faith in me. We'll see what happens. 6 months of the show left, so we'll see how it goes. Jim McCaff says, Ro, can you let us know what John Finucane, the MP, said today? If you can, mate, cheers. Well, how am I going to know? Jim, I'm not here from it. But I'd say if you probably listen to Stephen Nolan tomorrow morning on Radio Ulster, he'll have the full, sure, he'll have somebody the other day, so he will. He'll have the full script and audio of what John Finucane says at the commemoration today. So, mate, I'm not sure what it was. So listen, Jim was looking for a bit of Cruncher. James going to play your Damien Quinn song as well very soon. Not playing it right now because we only played Damien about 4 songs ago, so we did. Right, so let's see. So Jim was looking for a bit of Cruncher, so we'll do this one about a song with a man not far from you, Jim. I was just around the corner in Clonard there. So this is the ballad of Tom Williams from the bold Terry Cruncher O'Neill here, folks, from Rebel Sundays.
Time goes by as years roll on. Still in my memory, fresh I'll keep overnight in the Belfast prison on a shame that leave I saw men weep, for time was fast approaching. A lot lay sentenced for to die, and on the 2nd of September to meet us God on high, and now he's marching to the scaffold. Head erect, he shows no fear, and while standing on that scaffold, Ireland's cross he holds so dear. Oh, now the cruel blow has fallen, for Ireland he has given all. He and the flower of his manhood proudly answered to her call. Brave Tom Williams, we salute you, and we never shall forget those who planned your brutal murder. We vow to make them all regret. Oh, Tom's pathie chance astray. Keep on memory of a more when Ireland's cross was proudly born. My lad who lay within their prison
Legion of the rear guard, answering to Ireland's call. Hark, the martial tramp is heard from Cork to Donegal. Tone and Emmet guide us, though your task be hard. Jimmy Steele will lead us, soldiers of the Legion of the rear guard. On the Republic we raise our battle cry. Pierce and McDermott will pray for them on high. Eager and ready, for love of you we die. Proud march the soldiers of the rear guard. Legion of the rear guard, answering to Ireland's call. Hark, the martial tramp is heard from Cork to Donegal. Tone and Emmet guide you, though your task be hard. Jimmy Steele will lead us, soldiers of the Legion of the rear guard. Cork, Kerry, Wexford, Tipperary, Clare, Galway to Dublin, Tyrconnell to Kildare. None shall be missing, all Ireland will be there. Wait for the soldiers of the rear guard. Legion of the rear guard, answering to Ireland's call. Hark, the martial tramp is heard from Cork to Donegal. Tone and Emmet guide you, though your task be hard. Jimmy Steele will lead us, soldiers of the Legion of the rear guard. Crimson the roadside, the prison wall, the cave, proof of their valor, those sleep in peace ye brave. Comrade, tread lightly, you're near a hero's grave. Proud die the soldiers of the rear guard. Legion of the rear guard, answering to Ireland's call. Hark, the martial tramp is heard from Cork to Donegal. Tone and Emmet guide you, though your task be hard. Jimmy Steele will lead us, soldiers of the Legion of the rear guard.
Well, there we go. That was a bang finish, slightly abrupt. That was Kathleen Largy, the legend herself, with Legion of the Rear Guard on Rebel Sundays, folks, here on the Rebel podcast, exclusively live on YouTube only today. We're not on Twitter. Why, I don't know. I don't know what the crack is there. We're not on Facebook because Mr. Zuckerberg has thought that he's basically decided that my post about Martin Doherty on his anniversary was went against Facebook community standards. Maybe somebody reported the post. God knows. Somebody has an alternative sort of axe to grind that wants me off Facebook. You never know. But we're off anyway, but we still post stuff, but obviously we can't go live. But we're here live on YouTube today, folks. So thanks very much to all of you who joined in the show this afternoon. We'll have another hour to go, maybe another hour and 5 minutes. So that was Kathleen Largier with the Legion of the Rear Guard. Before it there, especially for Jim McCaff, a bit of Cruncher, and brilliant his version of the ballad Tom Williams. And again, Tom Williams, what a man, what a volunteer, so young as well. To be hanged like that there, like in Cromwell Jail. Crazy when you think of it. Right, so we'll jump back to a few more comments and see what we'll have happening now. Let's see. No more requests or songs. Feed the Bear says, I was off it for Lent, haven't stopped eating since Easter Sunday. I see you talking about sweet tooths, like I do myself now, but I think that's probably why I'm going to getting these 2 teeth took out tomorrow, the top one and the bottom one, because it's pure agony. And this is the God's honest truth. There was 2 nights here during the week last week. I just could not sleep. I was nearly the thing of being in tears. It was that sore. And I took also tablets and I said, I can't take any more or I'll probably just end up taking an overdose. And just we're not doing nothing. And I was like, I'll just have to get the sleep, try and get the sleep, and the tablets all work. There's nothing worse than a toothache, like, and it just goes to show you. I mean, I paid my dentist, and I can get it for free, and you still can't get a bloody appointment. And that's an emergency one. That the appointment I did have was for like the 26th of August, and there's no way I was going to be able to last until then. Like, but just so glad I'm getting the Mar to get this year's look too. It is really sore. Right, so I'm going to do next is from a band called the High Stool Prophets. Now, I've never heard of these guys. Well, I've heard of them, but never looked into any of their stuff. But I was talking to Paul there, Paul Sheeran during the week, and he was like, I've been really getting into these guys. And so apparently he says they do a great version of Joe McDonnell. I don't think they're a rebel band at all, but you wonder like, why these bands would sing like Joe McDonnell and Grace and all these other songs. They don't really. But I looked for them on Spotify there, and there's none of this rebel stuff. So this is all on YouTube only. But so I found their live version of Joe McDonnell. So this is from the band called the High Stool Prophets, and say I haven't even listened to this yet. I just found it on YouTube, so it's bound to be decent quality. It's from their live performance. So I know a few weeks ago somebody had asked me for the High Stool Prophets. It might have been Kira or Derek, one of the two. I'm not sure. But so. If any of you know about this band, where they're from or anything, let me know, whatever, I'll give them a wee shout out. But it's just my first time hearing this as well. So this is all 7 minutes and 21 seconds this here. So this is the High Stool Prophets, folks, with the ballad of Joe McDonnell here on Rebel Sundays.
Which song now, folks, we're going to finish up with brings us back to 1981. We're singing about the 5th young man that died on hunger strike. He was the eldest of the hunger strikes. The man from Belfast is Joe McDonnell. Oh, my name is Joe McDonnell. From Belfast town I came. That city I will never see again. For in the town of Belfast I spent many happy days. I loved the town in oh so many ways. For it's there I spent my childhood and found for me a wife. I then set down to make for her life. But all my young ambitions met with bitterness and hate. I soon found myself inside a prison gate. And you dare to call me a terrorist while you look down your gun. When I think of all the deeds that you have done. You have plundered many nations, divided many lands. You have terrorized their people, rule with an iron hand, and you brought this reign of terror to my land. Through those many months internment in the Maidstone and the maze, I thought about my land throughout those days. Why my country was divided, why I was now in jail, imprisoned without crime and without trial. And oh, I love my country. I'm not a bitter man. I seen cruelty and injustice at first hand. So then one fateful morning I shook both freedom's hands. For right or wrong I'm trying to free my land. And you dare to call me a terrorist while you look down your gun. When I think of all the deeds that you have done. You have plundered many nations, divided many lands. You have terrorized their people, ruin an iron hand. And you brought this reign of terror to my land. Then one cold October's morning, trapped in the lion's den, I found myself imprisoned once again. I was committed to the H-blocks for 14 years or more, and the blankets, the conditions, they were poor. Then a hunger strike we did commence for the dignity of man. But it seemed to me that no one gave its hand. And now I am a saddened man. I watch my comrades die. If only people cared or wondered why. And you dare to call me a terrorist while you look down your gun. When I think of all the deeds that you have done. You have plundered many nations, divided many lands. You have terrorized their people, rule with an iron hand. And you brought this reign of terror to my land. May God shine on you, Bobby Sands, for the courage you have shown. May your glory and your name be widely known. And Francis Hughes and Ray McCreesh, who died unselfishly, and Patsy O'Hara, the next to die is me. And those who lie behind me, may your courage be the same. And they pray to God my life was not in vain. But sad and bitter was the year of 1981, when they think that we have lost and nothing's won.
There you go, folks. That's the sound of the High Stool Prophets. And say, I was aware of them, but never heard any of their music at all before. But obviously, talking to Paul this past week, even saying he's listening to all their stuff. They're a very, very good live band. They're really, really up there, like as a sort of folk trad band and stuff. So, yeah, there is the Ball of Joe McDonald. The one thing I say when they start, before they played the song, from what I heard, he said, "This is the Ball of Joe McDonald." Obviously, I think a lot of people from the south make a mistake and say it there, so they do. Obviously, no thing offence or being, but it sort of grinds my gears a wee bit. You know what I mean? I've seen a few I've seen it sat in the ponds and seen a few guys singing the song and went different bars, and they'll sing it and they go, and this is the ballad of Joe McDonald. And then I've actually in the middle of the song when they're saying Joe McDonald, they're saying Joe McDonald, and you're going, at least say the guy's name right, will you? Like, but I think that they did say there Joe McDonald. I might be mistaken. I'll have to listen back that there. But yeah, that was the ballad of Joe McDonald by the High School Prophets. Right, let's see. Jump into a few more comments. Where about Spuds? Studs, your spelling is impeccable. Peter says, Peter, are you live at the Gaelic grounds? Or where's the match today? 57 minutes gone. Limerick up by 4 points. Come on, the banner, for God's sake. Let's see. Studs, is this him with the crowd the watches the Axom show, obviously at Salt Lake State of Mind. Do try and dip in the odd time. Says Marty, the Axom crew are different class, know their football and social history like no others. A lot of great humour, often quite dark, mind you. But I think the thing is, see, because there'll be so many people watching it live on YouTube and stuff, and you don't even get a chance to read half the comments. They're just sort of they're bang, 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 and you're looking, going, trying to pause it to see what the person said. And I'm sure it must be hard for Paul, who's presenting the show, to like to try and capture some of the YouTube comments, because there's so many people watching live and they're all commenting to try and get one of them on the screen. But yeah, it's great. The people who watch it, they are very, very knowledgeable. And I say I do try and dip in and watch it then again. So do Studs, let's see. Yep. In all seriousness, I feel very privileged to have been brought up in the Irish culture. The music is quite remarkable. It is indeed, mate. Let's see. James, talking about the High School Prophets. You have played their music before in your show last year. I requested, did you? I don't recall it, James Tom. Maybe I did. But I think sometimes I can't remember what I done the other day, and they're on the show last year. Like, they played so much music. Sinead says, a few wee lyrics were wrong too, but great song. Right? There you go. So they've got something that have to hit the replay row. Right, so what do I have lined up next? We're going to do, so somebody had asked me for, what was the order I was going to get lined up there? What am I doing next? There's going to be a bit of Wally and Dolly next from our album. So it's Kieran Davenport's birthday today, so this big shout to Kieran Davenport of Glasnevin. Great ballad singer, growl player, and does a lot of work on the rebel scene. Him and Connor of the band. So happy birthday to Kieran today. I know you're probably not listening, but if you are, happy birthday, mate. So we'll do this one for you. So you can say, for me, Wally and Danny, the two versions I love so much is like the version on the live Kelly's main album, and then the one that I had picked to my album, the Rebs for Hope album. So you'll know straight away whenever the mandolin comes in. You'll know it's Glasnevin. This is Kieran. So fair play. So it's the ballad of Wally and Danny, folks from Rebel Sundays from Glasnevin. A big shout out, happy birthday to Kieran Davenport on his birthday today. Here we go.
Try to sing some songs of glory, sing some songs of peace. But in the end, it's a same old story. They're both too hard to read. The people tell me they're sick and they're tired of seeing this place from town. But I say, take the blindfolds off you hypocrites and help us get off the ground.
said there's a soul. Why within daddy had to go, the reasons may be clear. They can down their lives for us here at the year. 70 shots between each body knots. What of those bullets been? I'm up for every trigger you pulled that morning. A volunteer with a list for a fight dog house. Here lived him lying there. The priest was turned away. So that's another step below. For those SAS bastards will never forget the day. And please send it so. While within daddy had to go, the reasons very clear. And they can now lies for us here at the year. The funerals run to prove their worthiness. Thousands from the roots. Whilst the postal boys hovered helplessly overhead, the rock came out to slow. The empty tin magazines over its coffin as defiantly the crowd was still. So as another day turns, but it comes to be out again, 'cause Willie and Danny hop around. And please say it so. While within Danny had to go, the reasons may be clear. And they can now their lives for us here at the year. They said it wasn't so. While within daddy had to go, the reasons may be clear. And they can now their lives for us here at the year. Please said so.
On to go, Connor there, Connor Callier and Kieran Davenport of Glasnevin with the ballad of Willie and Danny. So again, big happy birthday today to Kieran. The much slimmer Kieran Davenport out there. He's been to Turkey and got the gastric sleeve put in. Massive fair play to him, the weight loss. And the many people I've seen over the last few weeks and months that have went over and got that done. Where they've now lost up to like sort of 7-8 stone and all, like, and they're just like unrecognisable. So there, like, so there you go. Right, what time are we on? 20 past 3. So next songs we want to do here. So loads of requests are coming through. So we're going to do the request for the famous song next. Then we'll do James's song request for Peter Rooney, and then we're going to do Marty's request for Stefan with for Will the Blahi. Yeah, I think Marty's right here. He says any translators on here today. As I haven't a clue what these boys are talking about. Like, it's just like to me, it's just they're talking in Welsh or something. So they're like, I don't know what they're talking about. But, right, so who was looking for the famous song? Let's see. Where are you? Where is it? Where is this request here? Did it disappear again? Was Dan looking for Fianna? New Lord's Parade. Where the hell is it? So Joe's McGay. New Lord's Parade Row by Fianna. Scottish group live in Dunglow Bar, Derry. Yeah, so obviously this was recorded. It's not, it used to be on Spotify, but I think Tom's took them all down. So this was the original Fianna band with Tom, Big Smash, and Sean Carr. So it was the Fianna as a band that's no longer going, as far as I know, because obviously Fianna was then Tom, Big Smash, and then Gary Campbell. As far as I know, I don't know if Gary's officially left the band or whatever, but he is sort of doing his own stuff now. So Tom and Smash are now going out their own as basically just Tom and Smash Rebel or Tom and Smash of Fianna or something. But this one here, this whole album was recorded by Ronan McDonald. So it was, I had Ronan on the show loads of times, by Ronan. And as far as I know, he just told me, he says it hasn't, basically this here, the whole album has just been took from what was recorded in the desk that night. It wasn't mastered or nothing. So to be honest, for it being an album of just that there, it doesn't sound too bad. Normally you'd think it'd be just a lot of blurry nonsense, but actually it doesn't. To me, the album probably wouldn't need it mastered like before it was released, but I think they said, no, just give us it and we're going to put it as a CD. So this is probably the only version of New Lodge Parade out there anywhere. So this goes into New Lodge Parade and then goes into Crumlin No Jail as well. So like 2 wee songs in a row. So first, Joseph, this one's spicy for you. This is Fianna from Scotland, way back in the day, with the ballad of New Lodge Parade / Crumlin No Jail, recorded live in the Dunglow Bar in Derry.
New song here, folks. I don't know if you probably have heard. Some of you maybe have heard it or know, floating about YouTube. It's a song that looks like the 3rd Battalion of the Belfast Brigade and the C Company. A song written by a good friend Michael Traynor, and we contributed a bit to ourselves. A song called New Lodge Pride. So if you know the words of the chorus, join in, folks. Let's hear you.
And there's a place in the Belfast called the New Lodge. It's a place many heroes were made, where they fought for the freedom of the country as part of the Belfast Brigade. Volunteers of C Company 3rd Battalion, they fought with courage, they stood unafraid. Well, they fought as the army of the people. The loyalists attacked the British aid. And there's a place in the Belfast called the New Lodge. It's a place many heroes were made. Well, they fought for the freedom of the country as part of the Belfast Brigade. There's my brave Steele and Nolan, oh Samuel Hughes, Billy Reid and Gerard Bell, James Snow, Jackie Mully and Frank Donnelly. The New Lodge remembers them well. And there's a place in the Belfast called the New Lodge. It's a place many heroes were made, where they fought for the freedom of the country as part of the Belfast Brigade. Top. Yeah! So when Ireland is free and united, we remember the New Lodge pride. Volunteers who helped to build our future, and our fallen comrades side by side. And there's a place in the Belfast called the New Lodge. It's a place many heroes were made, where they fought for the freedom of the country as part of the Belfast Brigade. And Ireland's fight for freedom, boys, the North has played her part, and though her day has still to come, we never yet lost heart. We know we'll fight it out until the end. We'll fight, for we cannot fail. sure that's another reason why we'll free our lads from a crumbling jail town. On the fight, you volunteers, for God is on our side. No jail can break our spirit, for this should as yet have died. As for England knows, and England fears our fearless northern gale. And sure, that's another reason why we'll free our lads from a haze block cell. And sure, that's another reason why we'll free our lads from a crumbling jail.
There we go.
You watch play someone in jail for killing down there.
There you go, Joseph.
We're going to slow it down.
That one spicy few minutes. That is the sort of New Lodge Parade and getting the Crumlin Road Jail from Fianna over in Scotland. Our spicy few mucker. Right, a few more requests to get through before we wrap up today. So the time is now 15:23, and I just literally got my tea brought through the door. But listen, they're out there doing the back garden today, so they are, folks. So will that be giving out too much? You know what I mean? They are very busy at work, and I do get this studio. The rent on it is quite good, so I'm not gonna slice them too much fat there. But I am annoyed that I didn't get a slice of that cake I was talking about. But I've just been told no, that's for special guests only in the house. If I'm not a special guest, only what am I? You know what I mean? Like I get our Scottish friends would like these, you know, these bad boys, the tonics tea cakes. So maybe you're probably better off one of them, would you, than a slice of nice cake instead. But yep, cheers, Kate. Just cannot help thinking whenever you get them or look at them, the tonics tea cakes, thinking of going back to Still Game when Jack and Victor are arguing over who had the extra one, and Victor goes, no, there's 4 of the wee tinfoils rolled up in the wee ball, or they call them baws, like B-A-W, and there's 2 of them are flat. And Jack goes, no, it's not me. In fact, I see, because when you eat yours, you get the tinfoil and roll up like that there, whereas I get mine and stretch it out a big square and make it all flat. So there's 4 rolled up tinfoil balls and 2. So who had the 4 tea cakes and who had the 2? I'll Still Game, folks. Hilarious cracks for all the guy. Right, so James, next tune, mate, this one's spicy for you. We haven't played this one on the show in a good few episodes. So, and again, of a legendary volunteer from here in West Belfast, Peter Pee Rooney, this one from Damien Quinn. So this one's spicy for James McClave here on Rebel Sundays, folks.
I'll tell to you the story of one of Ireland's bravest sons. His name is Pee Rooney. In St. James's life begun. He was born into a conflict of oppression and of shame. So he took a stand for Ireland to break those English chains. So we'll sing of Pee Rooney from St. James's by the Falls, that fearless fighting soldier for Ireland gave his all. No more we'll see her smiling face, that face that we all knew. You lived your fight and for Ireland's 32. He watched his brother Daniel die, murdered by the crown. This spurred his fight for freedom. Us crappies won't lie down. He joined a Fena Erin at 16 years of age, then soon became a volunteer in the Belfast Brigade. So we'll sing a P.B. Rooney from St. James's by the Falls, that fearless fighting soldier for Ireland gave his all. No more we'll see her smiling face, that face that we all knew. You lived your life for freedom's fight and for Ireland's 32. He was proud to give the gun salute when they honoured Bobby Sands, and again for Joe MacDonald with his rifle in his hand, beaten and arrested when that funeral was attacked. Did a sentence in the H blocks and then reported back. So we'll sing a P.B. Rooney from St. James's by the Falls, that fearless fighting soldier for Ireland gave his all. No more we'll see her smiling face, that face that we all knew. You lived your life for freedom's fight and for Ireland's 32. The fight for Irish freedom led him overseas, to England and to Europe, for Ireland's liberty. He was over in Gibraltar with his comrade Dan McCann, who was murdered with Mairead and Sean, far from their native land. So we'll sing a P.B. Rooney from St. James's by the Falls, that fearless fighting soldier for Ireland gave his all. No more we'll see your smiling face, that face that we all knew. You lived your life for freedom's fight and for Ireland's 32. You lived your life for freedom's fight and for Ireland's 32.
There we go. That is this. Oh God, wait a minute. Just as I want to. Oh, keep on yourself, Mal. 2 seconds, mate. Just as I went to play the song I want to next, somebody sent me a bloody message and I opened it up on the iPad there, or the the tablet, and it near continued on to the next song, but what do you care? Right, yeah, this is, folks, Rebel Sundays, the last half hour of the day's show. Say no guest today, so we've just been firing through ourselves, so thanks very much to you all. So next time we're going to be on, saying that next week, next Sunday is Father's Day, so it is, so hopefully we'll be getting spoiled rotten, as I should be, in my house next Sunday. So no show next week. In the following week, the 25th, we're going to have the lads from Clover on, Peter, Tag and Paul. sounds like the apostles done it there. So yeah, they're going to be live on the show, folks, and then that'll be me until a good few weeks. So we'll be heading to Santa Ponsa the following week, so I'm going to be there from the Friday the 30th, and we come back on the day before the 12th, on the 11th or something. So God knows when we'll have another show on, don't know, but I'm sure we'll let you all know. But by then, the Facebook Live ban should be up, so it should be allowed. I say should, but what does that say? Whether we'll be allowed back on Facebook is another thing. We'll see what happens. Right, we'll jump into the comments. So Limerick have won there. I think is it 5 in a row now? They won the Munster Championship. So fair play to the Limerick and hurling. Studs Lanningham. Those Carsons get everywhere. JG Carson, boy, oh you, and definitely material. My uncle Edward, the statue of him down Stormont as well, mate. He was a good old Irishman. Marty Heaney says, Amory Barkley has joined but can't comment, Ro, even after subscribing. She can see and hear it. She should be able to comment as long as she has a Gmail account. You need a Gmail email address set up to basically listen to the show. Or not listen to basically the comment. So you need to have like because Google owns YouTube, so you need to have like a Google account set up. So I'm not sure, Amory, if you know how to do it or whatever, but we can get that sorted. But listen, thanks for listening today, Mrs. Anyway. I'm glad to see you're on. So Studs just says, the new Labour councillor for Cathcart in Glasgow is called John Gerard Carson. His maiden speech in the Glasgow City Chambers with different class, spoke proudly of being a Glasgow Irish boy. Good man yourself. So suppose we can't say it there of all of Labour people. This guy Keir Starmer, who is probably going to be the next bloody Prime Minister, is just the bloody another Tory in disguise. Like, now listen, see your woman Angela Rayner, who is the deputy leader of the Labour. I really like her. Like, see when you hear her talking, I would obviously listen to a lot of the stuff in the House of Parliament on YouTube and stuff, a lot of the debates and all they have, whatever. And I think she speaks very, very well. She is really, really working class, so she is, Angela Rayner. Like, but Keir Starmer is just a rat. Like, I mean, and then what about Boris as well? So he resigned last night. So he did before he would have to stand up in front of this here committee and hear what he done wrong. But no, he's going to pack it in. And he just said, no, it's a witch hunt from the start, and I don't want to be there to be told you done it. You're Boris. And just think early in all the lot of them is the best thing since sliced bread. And what did he do? He probably threw them all under one of his own bloody Boris buses that was made in Ballymena at right bus there, so it was, and shafted them rightly. But can't say I'm too happy that I'm very, very happy that Boris away. Like, but I think to me he's just he's only resigned because he didn't want to have to stand in the Parliament and listen to basically him being told that you done this and you're in the wrong, and without him being kicked out, you know what I mean? So he's jumped before he was pushed. Let's see, what else do I have here now? George McGow says, I notice you can only comment on Rose's show when I'm watching on Fire Stick, not on my smart TV. It's not that smart. I notice you can only comment on Rose's show when I'm watching on Fire Stick, not on my smart TV. It's not that smart. Well, to know how you can comment, Joseph, see if you're watching it on YouTube on your smart TV, right? Then go just open up your phone, put it on your phone, and do comment. So basically go on to YouTube on your phone and open the show up on it. And so if you're watching the show on your smart TV, like on YouTube, whatever, and it's blah, 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 just get your phone and open up the YouTube on your phone, and then you can comment there live, so you can. Easy enough. But I don't know what your setup is like. Sinead says, Jesus, the 25th is my husband's 60th birthday. I was going to say, your husband? What? I didn't know you had a husband, Sinead. And then, George Michael. Okay, right. It would have been his 60th birthday. George Michael, everybody know. Jesus. Right, so up next, we'll just hear from Marty and the boss. So, Marty and Elaine down there at our gardens. This one's for Stefan. So, man, I spent a fair bit of time with the last 2 weeks. Basically, I drove him back and forth from Cross McLean. Had to listen to him, had to stop on the side of the road so he'd go out and vomit after drinking 2 pints of Guinness. But this is from his brilliant album, Rebel Heart. This is Stefan here from West Belfast with the ballad of Farewell to Balahi, McElwee's Farewell. Here we go.
Farewell to Balahi, Lake waste Tom the Dove, and the green hills of Derry that I dearly love. But my thoughts return to you from my dark age block cell. Old friends and brave comrades, I bid you farewell. For hundreds of years now, we've kept up the faith, and the history books told me of Ireland's plight. And so with cousin Francis, I followed the cause to conquer the tyrant and defy England's laws. Through the hills of South Derry, we marched and we drilled through our exploits and action. All Irish youth thrilled. The most feared man in Ulster, volunteers on the run. We gave England her answer through the barrels of our guns. So farewell to Balahi, Lake waste Tom the Dove, and the green hills of Derry that I dearly love. But my thoughts return to you from my dark age block cell. Old friends and brave comrades, I bid you farewell. Oh, gallant South Derry, you're forever blessed in this struggle for freedom. You've given your best. There's Hughes and there's Bateson, both Sheridan and Lee, and inscribed with their names now, young Tom McElwee. So farewell to Balahi, Lake waste Tom the Dove, and the green hills of Derry that I dearly love. And my thoughts return to you from my dark age block cell. Old friends and brave comrades, I bid you farewell. Oh, friends and brave comrades, I bid you farewell. Oh, gallant South Derry, I bid you farewell.
There's Stefan there, folks, with the Farewell to Balahi, McElwee's Farewell from his album Rebel Heart. Check it out on Spotify. I think it's on YouTube as well, so it is. So check it out there, Rebel Heart from Stefan, Stiofin, from West Belfast here, folks. Just so you can see on the screen there, I was putting up. So, folks, if any of you want to know about what's happening with the Hills Donegal Celtic Supporters Festival this year, obviously this year it's taking place a bit further away than Donegal, and Bundoran's taking place this year in Puerto Rico in Gran Canaria, which I'm so delighted to be asked to go over and actually play in the festival. So cheers to Mickey Bell, Mary, Teresa, Karen, all the rest of the girls for having me over as part of it. I'm glad they've asked me to be part of it, you know. So it's taking place from Thursday the 21st to Monday the 25th of September. Puerto Rico, Gran Canaria, in the big shopping complex. There's 3 bars, Daisy Rayleigh's, Tiffany's, and there was another bar that was meant to be happening, but now I think they've pulled out. So there's going to be another bar opening for that there month. It's going to be called the Celtic Corner. So it is. So I think the people from either Daisy Rayleigh's and Tiffany's are sort of coming together to take this bar over for the month, that whole month it's on, September. So it's going to be just a pop-up bar called the Celtic Corners. You can see there, because I had to change the original flyer. Mickey was on me during the week. So yeah, it's going to be a great lineup of bands, folks. So it's Kelly's Men, Damien Quinn, Anne Sparad, Spirit of Freedom, Liam McDonald, Gary Campbell, Liam Lappin, and myself, Big Row. I'll be DJing throughout the week. I think I'm going to be, the festival actually doesn't start to Thursday, but we're going to be there from Tuesday. So as far as I know, I'm going to be doing a few gigs between Tuesday and Wednesday as well and stuff before. So I think the way the flights work, a lot of people's getting out over there before the festival starts. So the way it is, folks, there's no big charge. Normally it's like you pay like €50 or £50 for a wristband for the festival itself. So this one here, there's no charge at all. So basically what you have to do is arrange your own flights and your own accommodation. So the entertainment for the whole weekend, so basically Thursday right through to Monday, is it's all free of charge. No cover charge, no wristbands, no nothing. And look at that for a lineup, folks. Kelly's Men, Damien Quinn, Anne Sparad, Spirit of Freedom, Liam McDonald, Gary Campbell, Liam Lappin, myself, Big Row. So it's going to be a great few days of entertainment. And that's again, cheers to Miriam, Mickey and all the rest of the clan for asking me to be part of it. I know a good few here are heading over. Johan currently needs a GoFundMe page to set up as for 14 grand. It's going to cost him to fly over from Sweden, so it is. But all seriously, there is a good few is heading over. You booked. I speak to people all the time doing parties and all. They're going, oh yeah, we have our flights and accommodation booked and all. So can't wait, folks. I know for the flights were a bit dear, and some people are thinking, but I think all in all, it'll still be a lot cheaper than going to Bundoran for that there week. So it will, knowing what how much the price of drink is in bloody Bundoran, like so it is. So right, folks, next tune we're going to do for you is what we're going to have lined up. We're going to do a bit of the Wolf Tones. Just maybe get my back onto the screen. Where is it? There's there. Right, so folks, we'll have another, but it's over 15 minutes left. So if you ask for a song and I haven't played it yet, just get it back in there again, and I'll see if I can fit it in before we wrap up today. So again, back on air on Sunday the 25th. So not next Sunday, it's Father's Day, Sunday the 25th, and we'll have the lads from Clover live on the show. They'll be talking about obviously their entry into the ballad Battle of the Ballads competition, and they're going to be representing Limerick with their song that we played earlier on there, folks, Death for Revenge. So it'd be good to have Clover on, give them a bit of a catch up, how they're doing this year, what's the plans for next year, and obviously just talking about the Limerick Ballad Fest entry as well. So here we go. This is we're going to do a bit of Wolf Tones this time, of a wee track called Rock On, Rock All. Another sort of track they've put out there to sort of another thing that sort of the English are trying to get a claim over, and like many other things. And when you listen to Arlene Foster was put up this week in front of some House Commons committee and sitting there listening to her, like, and the woman, that much shite comes out of her mouth, like it's just you can probably smell it as soon as she opens her gob, like it's just madness. So hopefully whenever we do get this United Ireland or New Ireland, she will make her promise and ship herself over to England. So this is Rock On, Rock All.
Oh, the empire is finished, now foreign lands to seize. So the greedy eye of England is turning towards the seas. 200 miles from Donegal, there's a place that's called Rockall, and the groping hands of Whitehall grabbing at its walls.
Oh, rock on, Rockall, you never fall. Father Britain's greedy hands, or you meet the same resistance like you did in many lands. May the seagulls rise and pluck your eyes, and the water crush your shell, and the natural gas will burn your ass, blow you all to hell.
This rock is part of Ireland, for it's written in folklore. Finn McCool took a sod of grass, he threw it to the fore. Then he tossed the pebble across the sea. Wherever did it fall, for the sod became the Isle of Man. The pebble's called Rockall.
Oh, rock on, Rockall, you never fall.
Aborigin's greedy hands, or you meet the same resistance like you did in many lands. May the seagulls rise and look your eyes, and the water crush your shell, and the natural gas will burn your ass, blow you all to hell. Oh, the seas will not be silent while Britannia grabs the waves. Remember that the Irish will no longer be your slaves. Remember that Britannia well. She rules the waves no more. Keep your hands off rock all, it's Irish to the core. Oh, rock on, you never fall. Aborigin's greedy hands, or you meet the same resistance like you did in many lands. May the seagulls rise above your eyes, and the water crush your shell, and the natural gas will burn your ass and blow you all to hell. Oh, rock on, you never fall. Aborigin's greedy hands, or you meet the same resistance like you did in many lands. May the seagulls rise and look your eyes, and the water crush your shell, and the natural gas will burn your ass, blow you all to hell.
There we go. Yeah, Wolf Tones are folks with Rock On, Rock All. Say Feed the Bear. What's he saying here? Wolfies, the original and the best. Love their albums. Dan Breen. Feed the Bear, sitting drinking down the park. Big blaster raging and getting drunk with all the boys. Blow them all to hell indeed. Let's see. Studs Lanigan. Remember the SAS? Fanny McLean trying to claim Rock All for the Brits, even though he was born and bred in Dublin. Right, so we're going to do last couple of songs of the day. Ray Callahan, this is the disgrace, Ray, if it's true. George and Pop for Karen, who's painting the garden shade. Well, that's what I'm doing during the week. I have to get my paint first sorted, then of the paint my garden furniture that they made during lockdown. So I think it's well in need of a paint now. They paint all my fences in the garden and they paint the shed as well. So that'll be my job over the next few nights. Hopefully it's still sunny. So Ray, that's a disgrace. You're the man of the house. You should be painting. Maybe a bit like myself. Probably she's a better painter than you are. I'd say like most things, Laura is a better than me at most things. She's definitely a better driver, which is why she drove to Shannon and back last week, because I don't think she would have could have coped with me driving. Even though I technically am employed as a professional driver, and it says in my licence, but different story driving a big 40-ton lorry with a trailer and driving a wee Citroen C4. You know what I mean? I'd still take the turns like I'm driving the bloody lorry in the car, and she'd be like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you pulling over the other side of the road there for? Just to turn out there." Just force a habit, so it is. But Rich, so Ray, we'll do your song for the last one of the day, right? So we'll go up next, we'll do this one here from my dad, Kevin. My ma just put it in for him, they were asked for it, so she had says, where is it? Well, Jim, that's what I'm doing. That I actually am painting it grey. It was green before, so we're going to do grey this time. We'll paint it grey, we'll make the surround bigger. But the only thing is, the whole garden will be grey then, because our whole back is concrete. So it'll be like basically the concrete is grey, be concrete fences. But I bought myself a nice new big gazebo for the back. The other one had its day, it's going in the bin next week, so it is. This one it's a bit more sturdier and stuff, has to be more. The other one was like a pop-up one. This one actually has to be built, so I meant that maybe screw it to the ground so it doesn't blow away. But it's like a dark grey, blacky colour, so I'll go nice now whenever this all finished. So it will. Dan, honestly, where's this afternoon, mate? I know you two weren't talking that much shit, so you have. The afternoon's just disappeared. Right, so where's the request my ma was looking for? Where's it? The landlady, O Roasted Waterwalla for the Smiler, Kevin. Obviously, the Smiler has come from the Eildal, Kathleen Boho there in Boho in Fermanagh. Just, I know she isn't watching today, because she was, I would have a text me with probably an angry face saying, "When I see you, like, who you calling an Eildal?" But Rich, this one's my dad, O Roasted Waterwalla, and this is from Derek Warfield, from one of his, I think it's from the Call of Ireland Volume 1, so this is for Kevin downstairs. Here we go.
Bandarin badday akulak today Even who hikra shall up their lord Is to deal to lesh nagola Oro shidava walya Oro shidava walya Oro shidava walya Ahanishe hattan tauri We'll dina bakul bekan Wanna meet you in the eagles shot the grand you will is me the gashia et forward find a goal Oro shidava walya Oro shidava walya Oro shidava walya Ahanishe hattan tauri Hagoran you will Chaktar Sadia Ogli Garma Halle Morgodan Wailing Fain We thank you last morning It's a rugat there Nagol Oro Shidava Walya Oro Shidava Walya Oro Shidava Walya Paranishe Hattan Tauri Oro Shidava Walya Oro shidava walya Oro shidava walya Ahanishe hattan tauri
There we go, Derek Warfield there, who is currently, I think this weekend, they're at the Motor City Irish Festival. Is that there in, is it Detroit or Boston? I'm not sure where it is. But I know they were in Las Vegas playing at the big Las Vegas convention, and they literally head straight up the Motor City thing. And I think they were playing there yesterday and today. So fair play to them. And again, we Eddie is loving life first way as with him. Fair play. Right, so Don says, to be fair, that's the only song I can sing in Irish, so it is. Sinead says, I brought pink paint from my front door on Friday. Praying it'll be as gorgeous as I imagine it to be. What sort of pink are we talking here, Sinead? Like pink, shocking pink? Like Dayglow pink? Or like, I think it's only going to turn out one way. Your door is going to be pink, like. So it is. At least the postman won't miss it anyway, so to be honest. Derek Delaney, great show. Thanks, not a problem, Derek, today. Let's see. What was this wee slide dig here? Marty. Do you need a little of a sander row? I think obviously folks when I was talking there about I need to paint my garden furniture that I made during lockdown. And I made the mistake of when I was making this stuff, I needed to sand the edges of these pallets. I was making this furniture over there, and I put on Facebook saying, folks, if you want to be even a wee belt sander or sander, I could lend them for a couple of days, whatever. And Marty made the mistake of saying, oh, here, I have one here, you can tuck him down, get it, whatever. And I think it was about 3 years later, he got it back. So it was, and to be honest, it was in my shed, and then it was in my van. And I must have been in Marty's house and down his street 20 times while this thing was in the van. And he never got it back. I said, "Wow, Marty, there's your sander back, by the way. I've done the job, like, but he's wasting now. He never offered to lend me it. He won't be offering me to lend me anything else again. But it did do the job. And I have to say, I was all for throwing out that bloody stuff I made, that garden furniture. But Laura reckons, no, good, paint it, give it another paint, and make do another couple of years. So, yep, I was for just Barbie pink. Jesus, there we go. Right, folks. So we're gonna. Marley, Jesus Christ. Some of the stuff being said here in this show's a bit out there. Like, so this, right, so the last song we're going to do, this one is spicy for Ray and his lovely long-suffering wife Karen, who he has out painting the garden shed while he's on the beard probably. So we're looking for George and Pop. So the version we've chosen today, we're going to play is my good friend Marty Higgins, who's over and living it up in Santa Ponds at the minute. Of course, we will have Marty on the show there about a month ago. And obviously when he put the camera on, he's seen the whole background of where his balcony and all is, and we've seen the lovely, beautiful surroundings of Santa Ponsa where he's currently living. So this is the ballad George and Pop of George McBurley and Pop McGuire, folks, from the Dairy Brigade. So this is our very, very last one of the day again, folks. So thank you very much. Cheers to everyone who has left us a wee tip or donation today. As always, you know who you are. Much, much appreciated. If anybody hasn't left one, then shame on you. I'm only joking. But if you want to leave us a wee tip or donation, you can, folks, on PayPal or Revolut. You can see the wee links there. So here's our very, very last one today, folks. This show is literally flew in today. 3 hours. Where's it went? I don't know. But it's just it's gone. So here we go, folks. This is Martin Higgins, or Marchino Higgin, as he's known on Spotify, where his 2 albums can be found. And this is the Ballad of George and Pop, folks. So again, I'll see you on 25th. Again, have a great Father's Day next Sunday. See you all then.
On the slopes of the Cragan, one morning in May, 4 lads left their base, their hearts young and gay. Their cause was for freedom, a cause undenied, and that foreign oppressor they tried to defy. While patrolling our streets, they met with the foe, and with guns at the ready, our lads had a go. So we raised up our hands, and we'll curse that British hand, who tore out the very hearts of men who dared to cross their path. But my heart was torn in two. Won't you please tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our George and Pop, and they'll not stop me and you. Now the whole place went silent when the shitting died down. 2 young lads lay dead in the streets of our town. Another 2 lives lost for the ongoing fight, and in Derry were mourned in that very night. But so we raise up our hands, and we'll curse that British hand, who tore out the very hearts of men who dared to cross their path. But my heart is torn in two. Won't you please tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our George and Pop, and they'll not stop me and you. Now Georgie and Pop, they like old as stone. They died fighting for Derry, their own native home. So always remember, and don't ever forget, they died fighting for Ireland, we owe them a debt. But so we'll raise up our hands, and we'll curse that British hand, who torn out the very hearts of men who dared to cross their path.
but my heart is torn in two. Won't you please tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our George and Pop, and they'll not stop me and you. So we'll raise up our hands and we'll curse that British hand who torn out the very hearts of men who dared to cross their path. But my heart is torn in two. Won't you please tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our George and Pop, and they'll not stop me and you. George McBurdy, Charlie Pop Maguire.
Queens ourselves har tjänter lannekum They fudge they say Shantir och kör fasta Ni akbar panseran av bental Andot ein sabar noel They gone their kettle on Boston no sell They gone their grave They labot now be left Charlotte Canning around of him Thanks very much, good night, God
You have been listening to Rebel Podcast of Rory Carton. To listen to this and past episodes again, and to also check out future episodes, keep an eye on our official SoundCloud page. We are also available on all social media outlets. Just search Rebel Podcast. Bhí sé bhgéisteach an sin leis an fád cruúlaí Rebel le Rory McCarson. Le héisteach le seo agus hir hagran a ríis, agus na hagran atá le teach, caisúil ar siúificail sugin ar SoundCloud, agus táid ar fáil ar gach ceiniúil ardan ar na main thuisiúta. Ní mór ditch ach fád cruúlaí Rebel a curda.